Okay. Sorry for the. Ooh, yeah, I'm on. Sorry for the delay. Are we live? I said, are we live? Looks like we are on both platforms, which is YouTube and Kick. That means VigilanteWilliamson here on the 63rd episode of VW Casual. Counting the last one is the 62nd, but not the first Tate video. I don't know why. But you know what? 63, given the evil numerology, is a good number for this, because this motherfucker's evil, man. Like this rabbit hole has gone so deep. That's what she said. At first, I just thought this was just another internet asshole. And then you find out that you hear the charges, and because of the boy who cried wolf syndrome with the modern media and the way they deplatform people and all the bullshit, I think a lot of us, myself included, especially, just threw the charges like, oh, this is probably some bullshit. He's not a human trafficker. Come on. And it turns out, man, yeah, he is. And he's a real despicable human being. So we'll get into it. It's been affecting me a little bit, man. Not gonna lie to you, cuz. Not gonna lie to you. Hey, appreciate Matt you being here. We got a gang from Sister Dildo. Hey, just checking in. I appreciate that, man. If you could watch the playback. I've been meaning to call you, man. I've been meaning to just call you, shoot the shit for a minute. I've been meaning to call you just on some whatever shit. Then I saw this fucking video of Vin Diesel, and he did like his early career in the short films, and I thought of you trying to be an actor. I've been meaning to call you. Then this shit, I saw you in the other chat, and I'm like, man, what do you think of this crazy shit? So I'm gonna have to hit you up one of these days. So enjoy work. Got Birkenstock pill. I ain't saying Birkenstock pill, man. I don't know. I guess that means I become like a bitch. Is that what you trying to say? Or what? You don't know any of this. It's news to me. It was news to me up until like a few days ago. I just thought, oh, this is bullshit. I still have not seen Barbie. No. So maybe that's a reference. Still not. I've been fucking researching Andrew Tate for this past week. Good God. And this rabbit hole gets deeper and deeper. This fucking psychopathic asshole, man. This is just taking a week away from me, man. And yeah, I was going to do something similar with Barbie. Hit the high seas for it. I don't think it's going to be something I'm putting money on. But yeah, man, this Andrew Tate situation, like I said, is really, really got to me. I was, even before I started, that's why we started late, I was just sitting, I don't feel like talking about this guy. I didn't have an issue going to sleep, but I did have a weird nightmarish dream that I don't really remember. But I just woke up fucked up, and when I was laying down yesterday, I just felt disturbed. I just felt, like, oh my God, what the fuck did I just talk about for 2 hours? And to talk about this shit another 2 hours at least. This is it, though. I'm not even, I thought about maybe doing like a wrap-up video. I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to do clips. Just going to do clips of these streams. I don't even really want to do those. In my head at this point, I have take the red pill, blue pill C, but it's a stiletto or Birkenstock. That's funny. Hell, Tom Jensen. It's very funny. See, that's the shit that makes me want to see Barbie. Shit like that, like, oh, that's so fucking clever. I want to see this movie. Ain't what talking shit about. It's you hear little clever shit like that, or just see some of the stuff with Ken. You're like, man, that shit looks clever. I want to check this whole fucking thing out. On a much more somber note, this Andrew Tate motherfucker. Like I said, this guy, he's a lot worse than what I thought. I thought he was just another content creator talking shit on the internet. We make fun of so let me get my phone out just because I don't want it in my pocket. Make fun of the bald head, cigar motherfuckers. Looks like I'm doing something else as I watch this on playback. Looks like I'm one of Tate's customers. So yeah, man, I just thought it was another fucking YouTuber personality talking shit, just like everybody else. And when you get down this rabbit hole, it's literally endless. That's why I just have to stop. I don't know how far we're going to get into everything, but whatever it is, it's the end. It ends today. It's just too fucking much. It's just too fucking much. Loved Barbie. It's ridiculous. Plus, it made all the right people spurg out. It pissed off the right people. Oh, man. See, it sounds interesting. I'm gonna check it out. Who knows? Maybe even do a review if it's interesting enough. Because it just has there's something to it. There's something to it capturing the zeitgeist of people like it did. So you can't help but to watch. Similar to our subject, he captured the zeitgeist over the past couple years as an internet personality. Dildo mentioned that he watched it the other day, and then he mentioned we talked about this during my game stream Sunday. The fact that Ben Shapiro has such little testosterone that he would burn Barbie dolls. Like, are you kidding me? Get off of it, my guy. Like, fuck all. Are you serious? Barbie dolls, Barbie. We're doing this for Barbie, guys. Andrew Tate has a fucking whole sex crime industry. He's one of the few things that's true is he is in with the mob, and we're worried about Barbie burning. We're worried about burning Barbie dolls, man. Why don't Ben Shapiro? We're going to use this as a segue. Don't you hire Candace Owens? Didn't she just interview? And I got to show you guys the picture. This guy. These two island boy looking motherfuckers, these two fun boys, that's Tristan and Andrew back in the day, back in 2012. Didn't one of your employees, Ben Shapiro, just interview this twat, this nonce, and didn't ask him any fucking questions on his noncery or the grapes or the mob shit or the money laundering, and instead is just talking about how to make, the feminists mad? Why don't you worry about what the researchers at your fucking company are not doing? I'm doing their job. You're burning Barbies. Do your fucking job, bro. No Kanye, because I don't want that type of smoke. It's like you're right. It's like the Dr. Dre episode in Eazy-E's album where you have like he had the little makeup and shit, looking like he was in the Revolution, or looking like he was in like Quiet Riot or some shit. That is what this looks like. By the way, all you Tate fans, is this your king? Is this your king? Are these your kings? Are these the guys you're willing to defend them through the depth for? These two fucking dweebs? The fuck out of here. We could, we could go to this video, or here's our two options. There's parts of this video. We're not going through the whole hour. I just want to go through a 10-minute segment. It's not actually here. Or we can go through an hour, or not the whole hour, but luckily, unlike Candace Owens' interview with Andrew Tate, this has bookmarks. So we can, talk about different things that Andrew Tate did. So that, either or. Yeah, much alpha, manly, masculine. These island boy motherfuckers. By the way, I don't know if you heard about the island boys. These brothers who are kissing each other. So that's the reference for those who don't know. Let me see. So, there's a lot of stuff here. And I realized, reading this through the math. When we go through this, I'm going to have to put the symbol up. I'm glad there weren't camera phones when I was in school. Oh, yeah, you went to school in the 80s. It would have been a lot, and shit, me too, bro. Even me with the the braids and the fucking tall white tees, I don't want people to see that shit. But in the 80s, man, I could imagine. I think, we're all glad. That's one thing this generation got pressure on that we didn't have. All of your idiotic decisions are going to be fucking forever put on the internet. And we don't have to deal with that. Since we're here and I don't feel like taking off the mask just to do that, we'll start on this video. How far in do I want to go? Is this it?
You're going to listen to me. I'm going to install some structure and some discipline in your fucking life, and you're going to make some real money. I'm going to get a percentage.
And because he's a citizen, maybe I can, because they know.
No, I think this is about.
This wiretap is about the Las Vegas casino companies that own.
So yeah, we'll start here. Hold on. So one of the many later. All right, Papa Cotton. Hopefully you can watch the playback. Oh no, you say later to Matt. All right, Matt. I hope you can watch the playback. All right, so I appreciate you being here for even a little bit, man. So what we're gonna start with was actually, I'm gonna give my man, not my man, your man, your boyfriend Andrew Tate a little love. I'm gonna show something. Yep, this is your mom's house. I'm gonna show something he was honest about, and that's his casinos. And the fact that they are mob controlled. We'll start from there. Give him some credit, I guess.
And Christina from YouTube's Your Mom's House channel about his casino mob connections.
How do you generate your income?
The first thing is I own some casinos in Romania. There was a guy who owns 400 casinos, 3 brothers, mafia guys. They own 400 casinos throughout Eastern Europe. Eventually, I came up with a plan, and I said, look, how about this? I'll open up your locations directly next to your biggest competitor. Worst case, the location doesn't pay any money, but at least it takes money from your competitor. I'll give you a percentage of turnover, so even if it doesn't make profit, you make money. I'll take all the financial risk. They agree. I start opening up next to their biggest competitor.
So yeah, we're going to find this is one of the things that he said completely true. So I'm just trying not to get any more copyright issues with Your Mom's House, but yeah, this part is actually going to be completely true.
I actually did something that was kind of funny. What I tried to do was find ones in between their competitor and a Starbucks. I'd open in the middle, and then I'd offer loads and loads of free coffee with a barista and a sexy chick. So instead of going to Starbucks, you could just take your money and go get free coffee and gamble.
And here's what Tate was saying about himself back in the early days.
This is why I think I have a bit of a following on Twitter, because I have a unique resume. Like, there's a whole bunch of guys.
No, I didn't wear Matchbox 20 shirts. That was middle school.
Pimp, mafia associated criminal. Like, I've got all this stuff, and everyone's like, "Who is this dude?" Like, surely it can't all be true. I'm like,
actually,
it's all true.
I didn't have one, but it would probably be G Unit. That would have been the end of my high school era was the G Unit era. Dr. Drew going to get litigious on VW.
The Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, an international network of independent media centers, intent on exposing crime and corruption so the public can hold power to account, tackle the claims made by the Tate brothers about their mafia casino.
I had throwback jerseys. That's one thing I did.
Here's how their investigation
throwback
was
jerseys and
what it
suits.
reported in Romanian, so we'll read the subtitles aloud for you. So Andrew Tate says he owns casinos in Romania, but Tate is someone who kind of exaggerates. So far, there is no definitive proof that the Tates are active in the Romanian gambling market. Moreover, certainly not in association with the mafia. So we set out to see if it is true. When we found out the Tates were arrested for human trafficking and rape, we searched the internet for everything about them.
Oh, and remember, that is one of the charges. He just said it, rape. Rape is one of the charges, by the way, to all the people who say, oh, it's just TikTok. No. And we'll play that video. It's rape. Yeah, he busted all God for real. You just threw all the words you could toss in, didn't you?
Then we searched their full names in the official Gazette and filed a petition at the National Commercial Registry. That's how we found the Tate's companies in Romania, including a company called Talisman Enterprises. The documents had some peculiar addresses in Bucharest without other details. When we pulled them up on Google Maps, most seemed like random buildings. The Tates had signed contracts with other companies that owned casinos.
So this is
Those
how they
mysterious addresses were in fact casinos.
So they had some sort of contract with all these casinos, and you find out the guy is linked to. He sounds like he's a real stepper.
It was surprising because it was true. The Tates make
Talisman
money
Enterprise sound like something out of a movie. Hate small time public.
They are called Las Vegas.
You're not wrong.
The
casinos are called Las Vegas. I'm talking over this part
in one of the poorer zones
because a lot of this is just
where there aren't rich
exposition.
And the people.
But this is one of the casinos that the Tates are running. Isn't it lavish? This is the top G baller casino. This casino, all the ballers and top G's go to casinos like that, right?
Come here to gamble their minimum wage or pension. Obviously, this is not a fancy casino. I don't see how this matches top G's Andrew Tate's depiction. So who are the Tate brothers' business partners? Are they really the mafia? And would the Tates really brag that they partnered with the mafia?
This is another weird thing. like I said, this part is true. These guys that they're partnering with on these casinos, they sound like some real motherfuckers. Why is this motherfucker? He's so narcissistic that he has to tell you everything. But why the fuck would you go on the internet as one of the most popular people on the internet and constantly brag about how you're in with the mob? Like, what in the fuck? Who does this shit? He's lucky he didn't just get clapped outright, man.
They tip off everyone. We started digging into them. The documents we obtained are joint venture.
Is it fancy for the Romanian hood? So maybe it's mid-grade. Maybe I'm talking my shit. Maybe you say it's fancy for a Romanian hood.
Contracts between one of Tate Brothers' companies, Talisman Enterprises, and a company called DMS Bet Live. They split the profits 50-50. The name apparently stands for the owners, the Dorov Tate brothers, Mahaisha and
These are the
Sorin.
brothers.
The Dorov Tate brothers are mostly known for being the founders of the Romanian mixed martial arts brand RXF. They organize cage fights. These events are typically sponsored by their casinos, Las Vegas. The big brother, Mahaisha Dorov, is almost invisible on social media, but we were able to find a few photos of him from many years ago on the social media accounts of those close to him.
No small time. I have not pre-ordered a $97 Andrew Tate comic. And Papa said that's the casino that the whales go to after they've been banned from the legit ones. Maybe. Oh, we'll hear about what happens to the whales.
Then we started to find their families
At their
scattered
casinos.
across social media, meaning
It doesn't
their
go
friends,
well.
partners, associates. And the DMS crew is also made up of several people who have the initials tattooed on their bodies.
Yeah,
I'm going to stop here. He says Mahaisha the Pole. This is really important. We discovered that although he was born in Romania, Mahaisha Dorov also has Polish citizenship. We dug into old court files and discovered this transcript of a wiretapped meeting between a
Real
drug
quick live from Vegas. Papa Cotton hitting us with there's these weird little casinos in Vegas where big money gets played, but the place looks like shit. So that's what those
trafficker
places
and his lieutenants. It says that in 2019, a Polish investor brought together several mafia clans from all over Romania to launch a casino business together. He wanted to open casinos throughout the major cities in Romania and become the main player. Off the record, a law enforcement source confirmed this wiretap is about the Las Vegas casinos. But it gets even more.
And by the way, just to keep the EFAP going, and he's probably about to reveal it now, there's a lot of information about the Tates through these wiretaps of these mobsters. Some of the information we went over yesterday is some of the stuff that's been contained in these mobsters. But listen, I'm sure, because remember the Tate, we're Tate haters. We just hate the top G just cause. And this is all AI generated. It's all AI generated. It's all a hoax. Because that's what everybody who worships this guy thinks. Everything you see, including his own testimony that has other people that's on other people's podcasts and him bragging about some of the shit he's doing and has done. Everything you see is AI generated in a hoax.
More interesting. Just before the Tates were arrested on charges of human trafficking and rape, police raided what prosecutors say is an organized crime group behind the Las Vegas casinos. They raided over 120 people and companies involved in a case of organized crime. According to prosecutors, most of these mobsters were fictitiously hired by the casinos as tech guys to repair the slot machines, but really they were hired to provide muscle. They hostilely took over the competition's casinos and beat up people who won jackpots at the Las Vegas casinos.
So that's what happens to the whales, the pro gambler types.
Competition's casinos and beat up people who won jackpots at the Las Vegas casinos in order to return the money. The two Dorov brothers were charged with being part of an organized crime group in November 2022.
Mess with the puppets.
Recently, Mahaisha Dorov
mess with the puppets like
officially
Andrew Tate
became a
messes with
wanted man in
16-year-old
Romania.
girls.
They issued an arrest warrant for him. He is wanted as the leader
15-year-old
of the
girls,
organized crime group. So yes, the Tates are in the casino business in Romania, and yes, the Tates are in business with organized crime.
Yeah. So they're messing with
Moving
steppers.
into casinos certainly didn't make Tate rich, but it did make him a target for corrupt officials looking for free bribe money.
Romania is completely corrupt from head to toe, right? So I have a very, very extensive network in Romania. I like to make this very clear. One of the reasons I love living there so much is because...
Small time asking since you did it real quick. I just gotta look at you guys. Says, am I right in assuming, and sorry I'm reading through the math, that it's not wise to have shady business dealings in your part of the world if I value my health? SCR, your assumption is correct unless you're connected to the mob or the deep state, which this guy has to be connected to both. The more we look like, dang, even when you win, you lose. Yep, steppers get it.
I'm
or
at
the
very top
ballers
echelon
get
society.
it.
If I need to speak to the Prime Minister, I can make that happen. So we went and met with some members of Parliament, and they're like, well, it's not us, it's European Union directed, all of this COVID lockdown garbage. You can open them if you don't put the outside lights on, and you just like on the sly. So I did a deal with them to open them on the sly and pay bribes. So I was open for like the first month with bribes. But the bribe kept going up because it's Romania, right? The police chief.
Bro, you haven't heard half of it. Yesterday, all we did is hear him almost read word for word him admitting to every charge. And we have more. Like I said, there's an hour of him self-snitching on all the bullshit, the money laundering. I think some of this we're going to get through here. He's such an idiot. It's amazing he's lasted this long, telling everyone what he did. In incredible detail. That's what makes his supporters even more crazy. Oh, these tweets are lies. What about these hours of him talking shit?
Would come, he wants some, and the police chief would call his mate, who's the fucking, I don't know, fire inspector, some jackass. He'd come. Then the alcohol licensing man would come. It was just like everyone's got on the phone like, hey, this casino's still open. They'll pay you to go away. So before you know it, every 5 minutes, someone's in the door for money, and we weren't making money, so we had to close down. So we've been closed we're still closed to this day. We're still waiting.
Who does this? Who says this shit?
To be reopened. And nobody feels sorry for the casino owner. It's kind of hard to play the pity card. My business is going under. Everyone's like, who gives a shit? Fuck you.
Now, if we can catch a contradiction here in this little clip, Tate says he's got an extensive network of corruption available to him in Romania. He's top echelon of society, he says. If Tate needs to talk to the Prime Minister, he can make that happen. Or at least he could with the last guy. Maybe that's why Nicolae Cuca got voted out a month ago and replaced with this guy. But if Andrew Tate really was top echelon of society, do you honestly think he'd have to pay bribes to keep his doors open?
No.
Or is it far more likely that Tate has exaggerated his status here as someone
He
who had
loves
to pay the
exaggerating
top
shit.
echelon to stay in business?
Oh, you already saw the evidence? Already saw the evidence from yesterday? Okay, cool. The girl, Atlantic Observer, I've never heard of her. Covered it all months back. Yeah, a lot of we're watching months old stuff. Gotta check her out. I did read girl, right? Yeah, it's girl. Atlantic Observer, gotta check her out.
It would appear that Tate is a small
Yeah,
fish,
you might be up
talking
on
like
the
he's
game.
big shark. Now, the reason
this
why
guy.
we have gone into this amount of detail on this topic is that despite the Dorothes claiming they have broken all business ties with the Tates, both Andrew and Tristan have reportedly been recorded
This
in
is what's
wiretap
interesting.
surveillance as
With
having
these taps.
admitted to being involved with money laundering operations. The wiretap quote reads, "You're not stupid, and you can probably guess how I make so much money. I have to hide what I'm really doing. I've
Listen
been
to
doing
this.
this for a long time with a team of girls working on video chat. The company was fake, but this is how I laundered my dirty money. Some of the girls who worked for me, I used them to do other things, to move money or illegal things, documents, etc."
So we heard that quote yesterday. In the context, he was talking to a girl either that he was recruiting or trying to keep on. And apparently that was from a tap with the mob people that they caught that. Authentic. Okay, I missed. Did I misread it? Yo, yeah, I misread it. Got a mask on, and it's still not. I still haven't fixed it. Authentic Observer. Okay, I'll check her out. And then Small Time said there's some similarities between the bravado of Tate and Trump between as far as the bravado.
The audio recording
Yeah?
is quite damning.
Yeah, there
and
are.
We're going to circle back to this
They're both
when we
agents,
start
too.
going over the legal battles
Neither here
the
nor
Tates
there.
face.
One
But
can of
this
worms at a
segues
time.
nicely into the Tate brothers' webcam origin story. And as it turns out, it was Tristan who had already found money in the webcam game before Andrew clued into it.
Good job.
So my brother comes along and says, listen, you're making a little bit of money. We're going to change it up. You're going to listen to me. I'm going to install some structure and some discipline in your fucking life. And you're going to make some real money. And I'm going to get a percentage. So my brother runs an OnlyFans agency. My brother's making 200 grand a month from OnlyFans. Casino's making more than that.
Little brother Tristan
Brother
had already
hoes.
been managing webcam girls
Come
through an
on, we're
agency
cute.
called Talus Management.
Hey, we'll
Afraid
find out how
of
much
Tristan's
they like the hoes,
kickboxing
too.
Nickname, Tate the Talisman.
We're actually about to find out right
Management
now.
Still has a Twitter profile showing everyone the various models that lonely incels could buy subscriptions to on OnlyFans. That lineup
Oh,
of
whoa,
models
don't get us-
includes
take
the
it
mother
down,
of
please.
Tristan Tate's daughter, going by the moniker Abigail Tyson with 3 N's.
I don't know if y'all heard that because I was talking, and I'm scared to go back because I'm frightened to go back. But Tristan Tate's baby mama is one of the cam girls. And as we'll find out, she's active. She's an active cam girl. This is your top G, by the way. All you guys who this is your hero. We already showed the fun boy pictures from earlier. He's out here doing the Zion Williamson thing, impregnating cam girls. Is this your king? Is this your king? You tell me.
He is still active in his online profile game while raising Tristan's daughter.
Active, by the way.
About the kind of man that Tristan Tate is not.
I had to downgrade.
And look at him brag
one of the
about this
mothers of
shit,
my
too.
kids from the house she was living in. I needed her to understand that you do not fuck with me. And she was living in a 4-bedroom rented house, and I was paying the rent and all the bills, and I pay everything. I said, okay, you know what? You want to fuck with me in that way? That's cool. You have 30 days to get out of that house. Here's your new apartment, 2 bedrooms. Well, what do you mean? Now your child doesn't have a garden to play in. Well, that's your fault. That is not my fault. Take her to the fucking park. I don't take shit. So it's never going to get to that level where they think, oh, well, let me call the U.S. Embassy, and because he's a citizen, maybe I can, because they know the consequence. It's not going to turn out good for them or me or anybody.
As declared autobiographically, Andrew decided that he
That's again, cam girls' baby mother. He's bragging to you about paying less of her rent. That's the top G, though. That's the top G's brother, or the little G, whatever y'all want to call this guy. This is y'all king.
was going to take the 4 girlfriends he had at the time.
That's
and get
another
them
thing. They started off with their girlfriends and shit. These are your kings.
set up in their own webcam studio. Let's get him to tell you the story from the beginning.
Long story short, I invested in this place in Thailand, this property, which I still have now, which is not worth anything because of this virus and they closed the country, blah, blah, blah.
And we're about to get
And
some.
I needed to pay.
Real quick, we're about to get some weird shit. I know I'm talking over everything because EFAP, and I'll go back. He's about to tell the same story 3 different times in 3 different ways on some Joker from the Dark Knight shit. So here we go.
He had at the time and get them set up in their own webcam studio. Let's get him to tell you the story from the beginning.
Long story short, I invested in this place in Thailand, this property, which I still have now, which is not worth anything because of this virus and they closed the country, blah, blah, blah. And I needed to pay, I think it was like 400 grand, and I had a payment date, and I paid 300 grand, and I had to pay the last 100 grand. I only had 70 grand. I was 30 grand short, right? And I said to Tristan, I said, you know what? When's the last time I got lucky? And he's like, don't do it. It's like, bro, don't trust the big G. I'm going to go to the casino with this 70. I'm going to turn it into 100. So I went to the casino and lost all the money. I had some friends so I could hit up for 100 grand. So I hit them up, but these are guys you have to pay back, right? So I make the payment, blah, blah, blah. And then I needed money fast.
Technically, you needed 100 grand.
Yeah, well.
Real quick, while they're telling this story, I can't help but to notice the super chat. And this is from one of the many worshipers on the Fresh and Fit. No more alpha podcast than other tricks who trick on OnlyFans girls and then yell at them. What does Andrew Tate tell a woman who wants to be exclusive that he wants to have multiple girlfriends? Thanks, shout out to the alpha or alphas. Andrew freaking Tate? Yeah. How much you want to bet this guy doesn't have a girlfriend? Over under. You think over under 0.5 girlfriends for Roberto Moreno watching Fresh and Fit? What do you guys think?
Exactly. I did 150.
So that's one version of the story, but that story constantly changes.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
so I did a deal with some Albanians, and I needed some money. We won't go into details. I needed some money pronto. So I'm sitting there, and I had a fight coming up, but the fight was too far away for money, and I needed money today. So I'm sitting there thinking, how can I make money? What do I have that's worth money? Like, what do I have that I can even sell? And I was sitting there, and the only thing I had was all these girlfriends.
So the beginning of it was
So look at this. 3 different versions of the same story. First, he has, he owes somebody money. Maybe all of them included him owing money. I want to know how I got these scars. First, he's owing somebody money, owed them $30,000, then lost all the money, had to borrow the money, and now needs to pay it back. All this bullshit. Then he owes some Albanians because he needed to get to a fight, And now it's some other shit.
Messaged my 6 girlfriends and told them they're all coming to live with me, and I had a job for them in London. 2 of them wouldn't
here's
come.
another thing. Remember, it was Thailand. He was in Thailand first. Now he's in London, which was actually the truth. He went to London. Oh, man, I think we passed the reason. Maybe I could go back and find the reason why he actually went to Romania in the first place.
My 6 girlfriends and told them they're all coming to live with me, and I had a job for them in London. 2 of them wouldn't come. 4 of them agreed. So the 4 girls flew in. I sat them all down at a table. They're all like, who's this chick? Who's this chick? Told them all the truth. I've been with you all. I'm starting a webcam business. I'm going to get rich. Some of you are going to come with me to the top of the mountain, or if you're pissed off, you can fucking fly home. Just very matter of fact to the point, because I needed money. At this point, now I have not agreed to take another fight. I need money now. So,
says you don't want any money to owe money to the elbows. And real quick to such a dildo with that. A small time talking about Tom and Christina from Your Mom's House looking uncomfortable. Wook, apparently, according to Cinch and Dildo, said that Tom loved Tate. I agree with you, Dildo. Fresh and Fit are tools. And this simpage has to stop. That's one of the goals of this. I don't know on what scale, this is a small reach channel, but golly, these simps who simp for another man. And hopefully we're going to get to how the simps get abused. Hopefully this stops it, but it won't.
2 of them left. 2 of them agreed to stay. And the beginning of my cam empire was this tiny little apartment, me and my 2 girlfriends living in this house, right?
Normally, people are a little more consistent in their origin story, but regardless of the
Not this
actual
Joker.
details, there's one common thread here, and that is Andrew Tate needed to make a bunch of money, and webcams are where the Tates finally started seeing some serious money come their way. Not by fighting, not by selling drugs.
Hey,
not
John
through
Platt,
the mob
appreciate you being
casino.
here, man.
No, by sexually exploiting their own girlfriends online.
Tristan's baby moms. Again, this is Tristan's baby mom. This is your king's baby mom.
And by the time Tate appeared on Big Brother, this webcam business was already up and running. When the money started coming in, it wasn't good enough for Tate to split the proceeds with the girls on camera 50-50.
I think we went through
No,
this
he had
yesterday.
to screw them over even further by lying to them about their earnings, which he justified by calling women lazy and stupid.
Real quick, I think we did this yesterday. And 2, I don't think I shouted out Common Sense Skeptic. He's the one who did this documentary. It's demonetized. I did toss him a few dollars, but I just wanted to plug his channel. He's doing good work. Apparently he has a bunch of other stuff on Elon Musk I want to check out. Really good, really in-depth journalism and documentary stuff. Yep, conservative values. Daily Wire's own Ben Shapiro is busy burning Barbie dolls while this motherfucker's on his platform, or with people from his platforms. They're doing content with people from his platform.
When the brothers started racking up the dollars, literally off the back of the girls working for them, Andrew saw another opportunity to cash in on this by selling the paradigm he used to get started in the webcam racket to the same audience of sexually frustrated men that were already paying Tate's ex.
And as we covered yesterday, some of these guys have went on to actually use this stuff and also get charged.
Girlfriends huge tips so they could watch the half-naked girls take vodka shots and dry hump each other. Now, just in case there's anyone who thinks we're making this stuff up or we're taking it out of context, we found the full version of Tate's earliest webcam instructional video that he used to sell online. It's an hour-long video, but for this episode, we cut the content down to 5 minutes flat. The Coles Notes version of Andrew Tate's How to Be an Online Pimp tutorial.
Not
This
psychopath.
was Tate's PhD program, short for Pimping Hose Degree, which he thought was clever. It's Tate describing in detail exactly how to find girls, recruit
Listen
them
to
into doing
this.
webcam, and then
We're going to break down the infamous Top G game on how to recruit webcam girls. And again, I've been trying to EFAP it. I may let a lot of this go just because, again, tons of fucking information, tons of stuff on this doofus.
how to control their money and actions so they can't leave. As we said at the outset, there is no sugarcoating this topic. So, this is exactly what advice Tate sells to other men, according to Tate. Just remember as you're watching this, many people paid money for this garbage, and some basement dwellers mistakenly adopted this dribble as gospel for how to start up their own online porn studios.
You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you. You need webcam and you need MacBooks.
By the way, is that if that's admissible in court, this case is over, right? Like this case. What are we talking about? How are there people defending this guy with sentences like that on the fucking internet forever. I'm gonna replay it one more time. After that statement, we're done here, right? That's it. We can go home. You don't need to go to recess. Don't even need to go to lunch.
Mistakenly adopted this dribble as gospel for how to start up their own online porn studios.
You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you. You need webcam, and you need MacBooks. You need a girl who's prepared to work with some pussy and titties. You want everyone to believe it's a girl in her bedroom at home on her own. There are only 2 webcam websites worth fucking with. The first one is Live Yasmin. It's girls who work for studios, it's professional girls. The website you were going to use is Chatterbait. Chatterbait is how you're going to get.
You can't even use the main cam site. This is before OnlyFans. Chatterbait and Live Yasmin. I know proprietors of the hub have heard of these sites. So this. By the way, as he's going to tell you, this is the guy. If you ever paid money on Chatterbait, you might have been chatting with this guy. Straight up, because as we saw with the Funboy pictures at the beginning, he likes being a woman. Is this your king? They gonna beat his ass like as a rented mule. You talking about when he get locked up? If he get locked up. Locked up, they won't let him out. We'll see. Make sure. Yeah, I'm not muted. All right, here we go.
They will pay you in Bitcoin. No fucking tax. None of that shit. So don't worry about any of that. None of that's going to come back to get you. Your goal is to inspire a girl to make money and give you the money. You have to have some element of influence. Believing she needs you. Because at the beginning, she will need you. But you have to keep that fallacy, keep that dream alive that she can't do this without you. When a girl is
talking about
camera,
the government, they're going to throw the book at her. I hope so. I'm afraid that he's deep stated out and he'll get out. I'm afraid that he's deep stated out and I'll get out. But when we talk about evidence, bro, this is a open shut case. He's literally like, if you play this for jurors, it's over. Play what I am playing right now for jurors. This case is over. You don't have to call witnesses. You don't have to do anything.
He has a public room to make the maximum money. It is your job to train the girl to talk.
Just like Sam Bankman-Fried.
That public room.
Yeah, he was a retarded dude too.
Private messages. And guys are going to privately message her before they want to spend money. The girl's responsibility is to worry about the room and all those private messages.
True.
You are
true. The deep state takes their agents out all the time, burns their agents all the time, especially when they're a guy like this. You know, when you go too far, you got to go. Even a guy like R. Kelly, I think, was deep state because remember all the artists he was writing for and all the artists not just obviously the Aaliyahs of the world. He wrote songs for Michael Jackson. He was one of the most prolific songwriters in the industry at one point and producers in the industry. He was making shit for Nick Cannon. He was making shit for everybody. So they kept him around then, but his operation he was doing too much for too long. And they said, man, you got to go. So yeah, and as we see here, he's got so much evidence, so much talking, so much self-snitching. They might say, man, you got to go.
You're going to reply to and pretend to be the girl. She will go like
That's
this.
what I'm talking about.
You are going to reply to and pretend to be the girl. She will go like.
He's got motherfuckers pretending to be women chatting while you see a little hot girl, you know, showing her your titties. This is the dude chatting to you. A man. You're beating your meat while a man chats to you. No wonder these guys are simp for this guy. But it's the deep state. I just said deep state, right? It's the Matrix. It's the Matrix. Agent Smith is out to get him.
This on her laptop and pretend to type, and you will actually reply to all the guys. It makes
Trash.
the girl believe that she can't do it without you. Pimp.
Trash.
Positive, inspirational, and motivating person. Now, what do you say to the men when you're typing to them in private messages? The men want attention, and you only give them attention if you get what you want, which is money. So you have to be careful when you're talking to these guys not to give too much attention to men who don't tip. What I do, or when I use.
Imagine some of the sussy boy shit this man has typed to other men trying to get money out of him. And this is your king. This is your top G. It's not gay if you do it this way, right? This is your king. This is your top G. This is the guy you're going hard for on the internet. This guy who was fucking. Are you serious? Look how scummy he looks just in this absolutely froze thing. Sounds like good advice to get super chats. Nah. Hey, is that a shot at somebody? Is that a personal attack at somebody? We'll leave it there. We gotta leave them alone. They've been good to us, the fandom. But he's sitting there chatting all sorts of sexy shit to men, trying to get money out of them while the girl just shows her titties and whatnot.
Used to type is I'd be quite upfront about
And that's your king.
Beautiful. Say, oh, thank you. Get my Snapchat then. I'm more horny on Snapchat. These are all things you can sell. Well,
He's typing to men, I'm more horny on Snapchat. This guy, anyone who's ever got like a weird DM on Twitter, it was you could have gotten a weird DM on Twitter from this motherfucker. It's a non-zero chance. You got a weird DM on Twitter or Facebook or something like that, or a weird email from this actual motherfucker, and that is some of these motherfuckers' king. Crazy.
What I did is I put a girl online. I'd have a countdown. I'd say 1,000 tokens till topless, for example.
STR taking notes. I hope not.
Everyone wants to see your titties.
Do not take notes from this guy, please.
Just do 1,000 tokens, the top comes off. 110 tokens for a shower video. I just say go to the shower, get your phone, make a 2-minute thing while you're in the shower. You sell that video on and on for years. If you sell a WhatsApp, I used to sell a WhatsApp for about 3,000 tokens, about 150.
Listen to this.
And I had a separate phone with all my girls' guys in that phone, and I kept control of it. You don't let your girl have this, because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from. You want her to leave and go, well, I don't know the account. I don't have the password to the account. I've never set it up before. I don't know how the banking works. I don't have any of my guys' phone numbers. I have nothing.
This is how he maintains control. He has all the context to all these simps. He's the one who texts all these simps. He's the one who keeps up all the information for all these simps. I know it's Greg's birthday. He's the one who keeps up all the information. And as we saw yesterday, he'll get motherfuckers to get, sign over their home, sign over all the money, and doesn't give a fuck. And as a result of him having all the context, the girl can't go out on her own even if she wanted to, because she doesn't know anybody. He's the one who keeps all the information, so this is how he keeps the pimping going. But remember, it's just AI. It's an AI telling us this. Almost like catfishing, yeah. It's a lot like catfishing.
And that's why they don't want to leave. Because like, oh, well, he has everything. I need him. I have to stay with him. He has everything.
Scum.
It's a very important element, that control. Because once the money starts pouring in,
Tate fishing.
Girls are like, well, what the fuck do I need this dude for? Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not
We
gonna
played
pay
this, but listen to this shit.
because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. But you need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. She'll sit there and go, okay. Now that allows you to do two things. One, it's another control element. Secondly, it allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. They thought they were on 50%. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50. The difference is in the tax. The girl you start with is going to be your bottom bitch.
So basically he lies, and we'll get into this bottom bitch too, but basically, in recapping what he just said when we went over yesterday, he'll make $10,000, pay a girl $3,000, saying, hey, we're going 50-50, that $4,000 went to taxes, and then we kept $6,000 and we split it up. John Platt. The only notes I would take from Andrew Tate, sorry, reading through the mask, are the dollar notes when I'm holding them up at gunpoint and robbing them, or robbing his ass, which he deserves to be robbed. Oh man, I don't know if we're gonna get into it or if I read it. But even those cars, apparently they were through like a rental company. So even that, what color is your Bugatti? The Bugatti was fake. I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker is not real. Everything about this guy is fraudulent. So yeah, the Bugattis and shit came from a rental company. They let him use the cars. But I don't know if we get to that.
From all the other girls and brings you the money. You cannot get a girl to work for you haven't fucked. The PhD course is my recruitment system. You message them on Instagram.
This
I
is
don't
how you recruit the
mention
hoes.
webcam until after I've had sex with the girl. After you fuck the girl, you do the PhD test. If she passes the PhD test and she wants to be with you, then you start mentioning things like, yeah, but you know, you're always busy. You're always at work. You can come work for me. Work for you doing what? So I'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So, okay, I know you don't want to do that, but let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. My girl would sit there and go, oh my God, before this I was a waitress and it was shit, and now I do this and I make so much money, and the guys all love me and they adore me, and on my birthday they send me presents, martinis, 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 bang, threesome. Slam them both, the bottom bitch knows.
Yes, the woman on the plane. We played that yesterday, the little remix song of it. That motherfucker is not real. She got a fat ass too. I wonder what happened to her.
This girl's
And yes,
like,
I'm co-opting that quote.
Both girls on camera together the first day. Give them a bottle of vodka. Put on the fucking chatterbait. 100 tokens per shot. The guys will send loads of money to get the girls drunk because guys like drunk girls. Girls will sit there, get drunk, have a great time. You say it's your new job now. You haven't go to work ever again. That's how you recruit girls. Do not recruit girls any other way. Get it started. And if you have any further questions, come at me. I'm going to do a second video.
This is what happened.
All you chatterbaiters out there,
and this is,
who used to lube up their
what
tube
this guy
socks,
does.
whoever sent them, responding to all of your private messages.
This is the guy responding
Every
to.
WhatsApp message.
That's your king.
One other thing from the beating video that got him kicked off Big Brother. Meet Vivian, also known as Cobra Baby with 3 Ys.
Do you guys from yesterday remember who Vivian was? Tate probably charged. Oh yeah, Tate did charge for that instructional video that you just got. Andrew Tate, PH douchebag test. No, it's the pimp and hose degree. That's what the top G does. But if you guys remember Vivian, I'll let this get into it, and then we're gonna see. Maybe Vivian's why he's in Romania in the first place. We'll get into that.
Vivian was Andrew Tate's bottom bitch, his recruiter, his groomer, for at least 6 years, according to this video, where Tate let slip a couple other pieces of information.
This
And
shit.
I only
We
get
played
away with
this
that 'cause the
yesterday.
girl at 6 years plays along. So Vivian's been with me 6 years. She's completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything.
Vivian's been with him 6 years. Remember that, guys. This Vivian, who is one of the girls who said he didn't do anything to me. One of the girls that the Tate Simps are going to say, well, they said there's no issue. Remember, Vivian, at this point of this interview, had been with him 6 years on pickupartisttools.com. My God, this guy really did market towards incels. Everything this guy did was marketed towards legitimate incels. Straight up. Like, they say incel as like a joke or as a put down. No, this motherfucker was really making money off of incels, man. Straight up. On pickupartisttools.com. I never heard of this site. And I'm sure he was charging for this shit. But remember, Vivian was with him 6 years.
And we met and we fell, whatever, we're in love. But when a new girl comes, she'll go, oh yeah, I started off working for him and it's just how it worked out. She'll super downplay us. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28, Vivian's like 21.
Oh, what? I don't know if you guys are math majors. Vivian's been with him 6 years. How old is Vivian, Mr. Tate?
She'll super downplay us. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28, Vivian's like 21.
Vivian's like 21. Huh? Like Savage? Like Blackjack? 21 -6. Hey, where I'm from, 15 to get you 20, my guy, and you're trafficking her? Is this your king? Is this your guy? Tate Simp, come at me, bro. Is this your king? Is this AI? Is this the Matrix? This is your king telling you straight up what he does. By the way, I'm not sure if they were going to retouch on the point. I want to see if I can find... Oh, yeah, the Fun Boy stuff. Where he goes to Romania. I don't know if I can find it. I'm skimming through because I remember it was earlier. Oh, yeah, he said he was a trillionaire. So hold on, I'm just skimming through. Let's talk about his drug dealing shit. I thought it was... Golly.
competitor in a Starbucks.
This is what we saw.
1,000
there.
I wish I would have.
Claimed in interviews that he made his first million
Like that.
was around.
I feel like it was
That
earlier.
kind of tells you what we're in for here. So says, don't punch back and by also getting their friends to sign up. Credit.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I can find it. There is a part in this documentary that talks about when he moved to Romania. Yes. Here we go. It's this early in it. Okay. I didn't realize it was this early. So let's find out. Remember, Vivian's, 15 get you 20. Yeah, also R. Kelly, 15 is okay, right? Tate probably, oh, yeah, we're at that. Nah, he's my queen, right? If not less, yeah, R. Kelly liked him young. So did this guy. Small Time Republic. Yeah, man.
The movement was actually harming women and was destroying the safety of men. Was being investigated for a 2015 rape incident in the UK.
So he was being investigated for rape in 2015, back in the day. Maybe it wasn't Vivian, maybe it was a different girl. I don't know.
The audio voicemail recording we used in
This
part
is
1,
voicemail.
detailing how he strangled her.
Oh,
was
we'll
part of the
play it a
evidence
little later.
against Tate.
And Vice had something
Other
on it.
reprehensible acts committed against the victim were also part of the evidence kit, including text that read, "I loved raping you." However,
Oof.
after a 4
He has a text. He sent a text that said that. Do y'all understand that? And this part is actually going to be crazy. Watch what the UK government did.
year investigation into the incident, the UK authorities declined to prosecute Tate, who had fled to Romania in the meantime while he was under investigation. In short, the UK authorities in 2015 had the opportunity to stop Tate, and they completely dropped the ball by not only allowing him to skate on these charges, which seemed to embolden him, but also by allowing him to move his operation to Romania.
And remember, he already had the cam girl thing in 2015. So, listen, man, there's a joke about the United Kingdom's government, rape charges, and men of a certain complexion and in a certain religious background, which this guy happened to have taken on the meantime. I'm leaving that joke alone because there's enough smoke in this video for everybody. But that joke exists, and I'm going to leave it alone. Could have been. But did you ever have to flee the government, flee the country because of it, and move your cam girl operation? Fair enough. We gotta be fair. I do want to be fair. And actually, even that voicemail, and I could probably get to that next. It could have been faked. This is the internet. Could have been AI. It could have been faked. But yeah, did you have to take a whole cam girl operation to a whole nother country afterwards? Even the Pac-12 won't take the Tate brothers. Isn't Romania where all the blood-sucking vampires come from? Seems like Andrew Tate would fit right in there. Yeah. So real quick, because I'm going to need to read, we're bringing back, where am I? The logo. There we go. Because I need to see. Because what we're going to do, before we get into what the guys go through, we've already talked about all these women. We are going to talk a little bit about his online platform. But before we do, there is, oops, I didn't mean
My money was
there's this hour supercut or 50-minute supercut of all the stuff he's done. Some of the stuff we went over, but I wanted to get through some of it. So let's start at him describing violence as a tool and admitting to having false passports.
I don't even have to fuck you. Forget the sex part. That's a distraction. My dick can stay in my pants. I'll just start beating the shit out of you. How about that? We walk in the bedroom. I start kicking your ass. No sex. No sex involved.
This is what he
You
said.
cry then.
Here's a little move. When I grab you by your
Could
neck,
be
and
joking.
you start annoying me, trying
In
to
a weird
resist, and
joke.
I just fuck
passports, man. If I
by your neck, and you start annoying me, trying to resist, and I just fuck.
passports, man.
I don't
If
know,
fuck
man.
up and England wants me in jail, I can fly on a Nigerian passport, or an American, or an English, or a Polish, or an Estonian. I have so many passports. What, are you gonna block them all? They can't stop me traveling. There's always a passport I can pull out. There's always a driver's license I can pull out. If you ban one, I've got another one. I've got bank.
Am I a bad person?
Listen to
Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking love.
This could be faked. I'll give you Tate Sips this. This could all be faked. This is one of the few things that could be AI. Oh, geez, I'm not reading that shit because I'm not trying to be party to any indictment. Shit, maybe we'll be doing a video on you next since you did. I don't know what's going on.
Loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Why am I like that? Why? I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet. Sometimes you forget exactly how lucky you were to get fucked by me. Would you rather me pin you down and make you do things you didn't like, or would you rather fuck?
This could just be...
You didn't like that I was thinking I can do whatever I want to. That's what it is. I'm the smartest person on this fucking planet. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. Chill the fuck out. Jesus Christ. I thought you were cool. What's wrong with you?
Holy shit. So yeah.
As horrible as that sounds, we don't have full I gotta play Angel's Advocate. We don't have full context. Could be AI. One of the few things that's a lot easier. But this is an older clip. Could have been AI, but it's still pretty fucked up. Let's see. Already got him talking about him being a cam girl. Oh, let's see here. You know what? Since his fans love him, let's hear what he thinks about this.
Buy pictures of a chick's tits. Every single girl who's making huge money on these platforms are doing it either for a man or by the direction of a man. So all the money you spend on girls online ends up going to a dude. It's effectively gay.
And also, I like Eastern Europe as a whole because...
Okay, that was actually kind of funny. Let's see. Let me see.
I don't care anymore.
As for scamming people, I think the industry as a whole is a scam.
Yeah.
But I was not scamming people any more than anyone else involved in that industry. And I personally think the industry is a scam. However, a lot of the men who are involved and send money to girls on webcams don't think it's a scam. They like it and they enjoy it and they think it's totally worth it. So I think it's a scam, but they don't. So it's their prerogative. We fucking killed the game. Millions of dollars a week.
He's exaggerating. He did not make that much.
And it was not just because I had beautiful girls. It's not because webcam is easy. It's because I am a genius. And I put together an apparatus of genius behind the avatar.
Likes bragging so much, like talking so much shit. This really isn't that bad, all things considered. But he loves just telling you how much of a genius he is. When really he's just an average fucking simp mongering doofus.
Of beauty. And we fucking conquered the internet.
You say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his.
Well, that's crazy. That one's crazy.
So you think that a man going out with a girl...
Hold on, let me see. Because now this stuff isn't as bad. I thought there was something crazy. Maybe, you know, it looks like we have... I think what it is, we've covered a lot of this stuff. There is a weird moment. Is this the Vivian thing again?
April Baker.
That was her name.
That was her name. And I was like, you're hot. So I messaged her. She's like, I'm only 16. I was like, give a fuck. Know about me. 21, I don't care. So I pick up April Baker in my Mazda RX.
Now, to be, 16 is legal in certain places. I don't know the age of consent. He said he was 21 at the time, so I'm assuming he was still in the UK. I don't know what the age of consent is there, but it tells you even when he was a younger chap, he liked the younger ladies.
X8. Because he's been all weird now. Like a
By the way, this is a creepy part, and then we'll get into the videos from the war room. And but he's on one of these podcasts. By the way, is this fake? Because this is on a podcast, all the Tate Simps. And that girl that he's about to talk to is not grown.
Fucking Fortnite work. Weirded out. It's fine. Once you're 18, if you want to get yourself a real man, I know a guy.
You do?
I do, yeah. I do know a guy.
Who is it?
What? It's a long story. I can't tell you exactly who because there's bad things about him.
Yo, there's no fucking way you just said that. No. I actually overheard that. The fact that you fucking said that shit is fucking crazy. That's fucked up. You were.
I mean, I have a.
Okay, so he said it. So he was basically shooting a shot. I don't know what the legality of that, but I don't know how scrupulous that is either. He's shooting a shot with a girl, ain't even 18. Her boyfriend or brother, whoever the fuck that dweeb was, he actually popped off a little bit at him. So that there you go with that. All right, I think that's all I really needed to. I just want to fill in gaps with that video, and I'm back, and we'll just get rid of that. Okay, so what do you guys have? 16 is legal in most places. So yeah, I know a lot of states here 16, whatever. It sounds fake. Could be fake. Something's off with his voice. I agree. He was younger at the time, but yeah, everyone's doing it, so it's okay. 16 is legal in most places. These are fair things. So we're not just a Tate hater. We throwing you guys a few bones. 16 is legal in certain places. Could have been legal in the area of the world he was at the time. That the voice thing, and it was mentioned in the last video, but we showed it. Could have been faked. The most dangerous man on the planet. Who the fuck? Who the fuck is this kitty? He kidding. He loves the sound of his own voice far too much. Has a massive ego. Has narcissistic tendencies and is a complete gobshit. Yeah, the most dangerous people on the planet don't announce it. Most dangerous people on the planet don't hardly talk because they don't need to talk. So yeah, man. Now, like I said, some of those mobsters he's running with, they seem to be legit. One of them apparently is in Dubai right now. So he's working with some dangerous people, but he himself, nah. But here's some other people he's working with, and I want to get into this because of the Tate Sips. 16 ain't legal over here. If the other person's of age, I see. So I'm not a lawyer. He said he admitted to being with a 16-year-old, 21. Presumably he was in the UK. Anyone familiar with the UK's laws? You tell us how that's supposed to go. I don't know about the laws there. And it's different. It's different for different states. It's different for different countries. So you guys tell me how that's supposed to work. Because I just simply don't know. So as creepy as it was, it could have been legal. So what we're getting into now, this is what's it called? The news movement. The news movement. They did an interview with a guy, and we're going to give you guys something. Angel's Advocate, this guy could be a complete fake liar. He could be, the next two guys we're going to see, these next two videos, they could be fake liars sent by the Matrix to defame your king, Andrew Tate. Even though we got other evidence, we got him saying it word for word, basically saying it's okay. And 16 is okay no matter what. Or in UK, 16 is okay no matter what. So he might be fine with that. But you definitely got a taste for the young girl. So damn, so it's 16. Maybe maybe he was off a year with Vivian, maybe he was cool. I don't know. But to the Tate simps, to the Tate worshipers, you're correct. These guys could be from the Matrix. They could be fake. I don't know. I couldn't tell you either way. But given this guy's character, and given how some of the stories we're going to hear about how the people who are actually a part of his system, the people a part of the war room, which is the highest end tier that he offers, some of the fucked up things that he does, and some of the fucked up things that happens to the people who aren't as of high status in his war room. You tell me if this is the guy you want to follow. I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you if he's going to get off or not. But for fuck's sake, you can see this guy is a piece of shit. Just morally. Like I said, legally he's fine. Morally, fuck nah. That's the thing. He's just morally a piece of shit. And that's the point of these podcasts, of the past few streams. I'm done with this shit outside of clips because I don't really care that much about the guys. I've talked more about them this past week than I have the entire channel combined. Outside of jokes, I didn't really care that much about them. But, you know, I just felt, seeing how much support he gets, seeing how all these people have a delusional view, all I want to do is just add something to the conversation. No. This guy, there's some teeth to these charges. He's not falsely being charged. He's not, and I get it. The boy who cried wolf. The media has been a boy who cried wolf, and now there's a wolf, a gay wolf, but a wolf nonetheless. And it's like, no, that's an actual wolf. This wolf is for real. And hell, Fish Chozo's back. Back just in time to get into the war room. So let's get into it.
The war room is kind of like the Illuminati, but cooler.
I was both working for Tate and I was inside of the war. They trusted me.
The war room is the most powerful network.
That guy could be fake.
Today.
We'll see.
I made the millions, countless millions, and you're basically part of the cult. The cult that is the war room. The war room is collapsing. It's not what it used to be.
Andrew Tate sells his war.
He's called the war. That guy called the war room a cult, not me.
War room as a secret society that makes its members rich and gives them access to the global elite.
The war room is the number one enemy you wouldn't want coming after you because they will get you. We are that good.
In an exclusive interview, a whistleblower has told the news movement what really goes on inside.
My name is Eli X Ampa. I am a Duke dropout and former head of sales and marketing at Corporate Tate.
Eli X Ampa says that Tate is exploiting his fans for money, spreading misinformation, and using the war room to silence critics.
And before getting into it, it should be noted, his fans are the only reason any of us know who he is. The only reason any of us know who he is because throughout his frequent bans, he got, and I mean, he did go on podcasts. Your Mom's House probably helped. But he got his fans, and he offered incentives if you were a part of the crew. I don't think it was the war room. I think it was the one. I think it was just the Hustlers University. But if you were part of Hustlers University, you had to post things on TikTok, post things on Instagram, post things on Twitter, post things on YouTube. And when you had thousands upon thousands of people endlessly posting Tate content, everybody saw it. He took over YouTube Shorts. He took over TikTok. You couldn't scroll for more than 5 minutes without finding a Tate video. So really, all of his success is thanks to his fans, to his simps. Which elites do these cunts have access to? No, I highly doubt there's any elites, but we'll find out that some of these platforms, some of these higher ups of these platforms were fucking Hustlers University members. And honestly, that's not shocking when you think about it. As somebody who's tried to get a job in tech, and you know that the guys in tech go into two clear divisions, and both of them are going to be interested in Tate. There's the fake alpha guy, and there's the neckbeard. And those are the guys in tech. And so if you're a guy at Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, and that's what you work at, whether you're the neckbeard guy who just codes all day, or the sales guy who wants to be all alpha, jacked up on coffee and Mountain Dew, both of those types are the type of mind this guy attracts. So that's how he got him into the war room. So we'll get into that.
A massive leak of data from the War Room's private Telegram channel obtained by TNN supports much of what Eli says. Eli worked closely with Tate on his website CobraTate.com.
And feel free to pause with these things. I'm not going to pause. I can barely read through this damn mask.
For 2 years, selling courses and access to the War Room.
They'll say anything they want to get what they want from anybody. We have many Twitter employees, we have Instagram employees, TikTok employees. When we want to, we can delete an account. There's actually quite a few members who put in excess of $250,000 towards these courses, towards these events. I didn't fully believe in all of the things that the war
room. Whoa, you hear that, Mount?
We can delete an account. There's actually quite a few members who put in excess of $250,000 towards these courses, towards these events.
So they got people putting $250,000 up for these courses, bro. And like you said, these employees at Twitter, he probably got a lot of mid-management at a lot of these social media companies. He probably still has a lot of mid-management at a lot of these social media companies are still helping him out. Because even the stuff that's coming out about him isn't really going as viral as you think it would.
Events. I didn't fully believe in all of the things that the war room had to teach, had to offer.
But first, who is Eli, and how did he get involved with Andrew Tate?
All right.
Oh, come on. All these damn ads. Actually, that's the first one. Uh-oh. Hold on. We're going too fast.
$250,000 towards these courses, towards these events. I didn't fully believe in all of the things that the war room had to teach, had to offer.
But first, who is Eli, and how did he get involved with Andrew Tate?
All right.
Well, shit. If you believe the rumors, John, bro is a member of the CIA. His dad was. Is the war room just Andrew Tate's poor man's version of the CIA? He said it was the Illuminati, but cooler. There's a chance, even though this guy's so dumb and just so ridiculous, there's a chance bro is a agent. I will say this guy, you know, I am wearing a mask myself. I'm partial to masks. But it's weird that he's just going and just showing his face. And just, I got some sunglasses. Like a Dick Grayson mask. No one knows I'm Dick Grayson because I put this mask on, bro. Closeted gay secret society. Got a bunch of guys who think they're alpha, who work at TikTok, or a bunch of guys who know they're incels who work at TikTok. And or Instagram or Twitter or whatever site, and got them to spend $250K, and other big shot incels spend $250K. Could you imagine spending $250K to be around another man? If I spend $250K like on a Ferrari or something, or the house, that's probably the most practical thing, right? A house, a Ferrari, to $250K to hang out with Andrew Tate. Oh my God, you gotta be gay.
Well, so COVID happened around 2020. Everybody got sent home from college in America. So I went back to Canada. And I started searching up people, starting into manosphere, reptile space, etc., etc. Then I found...
They do love sucking on phallic object. Yep, the red pill, the manosphere.
Back to Canada. And I started searching up people, starting into manosphere, reptile space, etc., etc. Then I found Tate, consumed all his videos, and I spent some of my last money to join the war room. And that was it. I just thought he's the truth. He's the G. And he was sort of like an aspirational figure.
Allegedly a rented car. Allegedly.
For what I believed was a good ideal to be like. It wasn't expensive back then. The war room was about like $1,400, $1,500 US, something.
That's still expensive, my guy. $1,500 just to talk to Andrew Tate directly and be a part of his crew.
Like that.
How much does it cost now to join?
$7,979 USD. So
$8,000 now. Phallic, I know what you meant. $8,000 used to be $1,500. $8,000.
Quite a bit, yeah. At the start, I thought it was amazing. It's like, wow, all of this knowledge, all this information. I'm learning about mindset. I'm learning about all this stuff. And I mean, I'm 20 years old. I've had no other online experiences and stuff. I'm very, very impressionable. So I
shut up. Don't be a cuck. Don't be a bitch. I'm 20 and I'm impressionable. Fuck you. With your sunglasses.
Basically everything that says gospel at the beginning.
Eli was 20. He spent all of his...
Listen, man. As much as we talking shit about Andrew Tate, what a gay... You're not lying when you say closeted gays, man. What a... GHEY for all those... Oh, my God. Clutching your pearls. But this guy... Talks about I was 20 and I'm impressionable. What man goes, well, I was a victim, I was young and impressionable. When did they start doing that? Is that new? Men said, well, I was young. I mean, yeah, you know, we do I did this dumb shit when I was young. But just to be like, well, I was young and impressionable and taken advantage of by another man. Like, who says that? Who said, what are we doing here?
It's essentially...
But you know what? What other men are going to be the type to worship Andrew Tate, right? It's going to be somebody with that bitch mindset.
A bunch of Telegram channels where Tate fans can connect, discuss their interests, and have a direct channel.
Yeah,
to
just say you fucked up. Like, man, I fucked up.
Hero, but Eli says it's a cult.
It's a gradual process. It's not overnight where someone becomes indoctrinated into the cult.
No cult is.
It's a slow process. And it comes like a thief at night. You don't even notice it. Next thing you know, you're going to all the events and you're basically part of the cult.
You would describe the war room as a cult?
It's what they've called themselves in some of the events, some of the meetings.
The war room is a private network. That's the most I can say. Kind of imagine the Freemasons of old.
Cult? I would say it's a negative word.
He compared it to the Freemasons. He did it.
It removes your humanity. It means you're part of a cohort in which you have no say.
Man, speaking of Freemasonry, how much you think that something gay went down in some of these meetings? The way these guys worship this man. The way everything is set up. We saw the fun boy pictures at the beginning. How much you want to bet, like all jokes aside, something gay went down in one of these war room meetings?
In the way things are going and there's agenda, and you're no longer human. You are part of a machine. And I don't think that's the right way that humans should live.
You describe your journey to working for Cobra Tate as through the war room.
Yes.
Was that similar to other people who you, like your colleagues, for instance?
Almost, I'd say about 98% of all people who
You're not making that
are
bet.
also inside the war room or have
Not
gone
taking
through
that
the
bet.
war
What
room
did you
first,
say?
and they were people who work for Tate are also inside the war
Okay,
room.
most of the people work for Tate.
Have gone
is,
through the
inside
war
the
room
war
first,
room.
and they were vetted as to what kind of individual they were before.
So you're paying $1,500 to $8,000 to potentially get hired on by this guy. I don't think they are gay. I do believe they are a real life version of the shout out. That's a reference. The Gamma Dogs from School Days. Fizz Chozo with the reference. Ah, yes, the Freemasons who put everything online for the world to see. Yeah, right? And Tom's not taking that bet.
Or they
I
were
like
hired.
the Gamma Dogs.
Very
with the
rarely we
reference.
hire anybody outside.
But
So
even,
just don't
man,
need
some of that
to. So I got
fraternity
hired in
stuff
July
seems kinda gay.
2021. It was mostly
I get
online,
what you
me
mean.
and back and forth. Most of my communication was me and Luke. He runs everything. He'll run the video team. He'll oversee the marketing team. He'll oversee the sales team, managers for that.
But he also had access to Tate and his brother, Tristan.
Also, there's some group chats with Tate as well. Tristan less so. Tristan
There he is, hanging out with, he was a part of the war room, hanging out with Andrew Tate. It's been a minute since I've
so
seen School
involved in
Days.
the operation as Tate and
I don't want to
Tate
fuck up the
is.
little
You had access to
Gamma
the Twitter
Dogs
though.
thing.
I did, yes. I would respond to DMs.
Because it's been a minute. I don't remember how it went.
So your job
I
was
remember
to
it
try and
kind
get
of.
more
I
and
don't
more
remember
people
how
to
it went.
sign up to.
Hustlers University and the War Room, absolutely.
Would you be supervised when you were using that?
No, they trusted
So
me.
he was the guy that helped you go to the Hustler University. He was a sales guy for Hustlers University. After he paid
Eli
hundreds of
knows
dollars
Tate's
to be a
online
part of
sales
the war room.
strategy from the inside.
Tate is a figure which you see and you're like, wow, he's a top G, he's got a guy, he's 4-time kickboxing world champion, blah, blah, blah. Surely he gets the best girls. He tells you, yes, you can become like me. I was poor, I was out of shape, I was all of these things, and then I became this through sheer hard work and effort. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, that's very viable. Let's follow Tate. And it's kind of hard. You can't really beat a Bugatti. Not many people have a Bugatti that's like $5 million. You can't beat kickboxing world champions. So like, okay, I am forever inferior to Tate because these are the metrics that I value and I hold are important. So you're forever in this complex where you're inferior to Tate and you're always learning from him. You're always in a subservient role in that you need him. He makes you dependent on him because.
That's weird. See, that's, a lot of cult leaders do that. Gamer dogs. I misread it the first time. But that's weird to go back to the gay reference, to get men to depend on you, man. I think that's a part of his programming and a part of the way he does things. Not too dissimilar from Charles Manson, believe it or not, because there were men and women a part of the Manson family. But getting, because he's the top G, he's the one in a allegedly rented Bugatti, and, he's the kickboxing champion. He's got all the money, allegedly. And so the guys, he's giving you some insight to the mindset of the people who actually work with him. They paid all their money to get in the war room. Now they get to work for the top G. And he's forever above them. And they're forever subservient. And forever they need him because they feed off of the top G. They have a symbiotic relationship to him. Yeah, he's pimping dudes too. He just got a pimp mindset. Yeah, Jim Jones, not the balling Jim Jones, but the, Jonestown? Very similar. But I mean, what's interesting about Andrew Tate as opposed to a Jim Jones is Jim Jones still used religion as the basis. I don't remember if the Manson family used religion, but they didn't have the type of following. Jim Jones did have a large following though, but he used religion. Like, he used Bugattis and bitches and snarkiness to generate a cult. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. There's very few people I can think of throughout history to have generated the following he's done without direct government backing, which allegedly he could still be government backed, or religion. Even though you're right, he does use Menonism. Right? The red pill, the manosphere. And like I said, man, if you don't think that feminism versus meninism versus, whether you want to call it the red pill, manosphere, whatever. If you don't think that's a problem reaction solution situation, a Hegelian situation where both sides of the feminist coin and the red pill coin, and at this point, I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me, at this point, they're the same. At this point, there's backing for both. When Just Pearly Things gets millions of subs, we're done here, right? But that's definitely a problem reaction solution, Hegelian, one hand washes the other situation. But yeah, a civic one, but still. Jim Jones actually idolized Hitler's charisma as a kid. It shows. This guy, he doesn't have as funny a mustache, but similar thing. But again, those guys are government. I mean, I guess, yeah, Meninism. But outside of like Karl Marx, I can't think of a guy with this type of following, and even he had some government backing, right? But that's just based on ideas, and it's just the idea that he's a top G. Some of the stuff he has said about women has had some merit. A lot of it is just recycling talking points from people who had already said this years ago. And a lot of it's just basic knowledge of, and then some of it is his own bullshit, right? Obviously, the shit he's saying about women on these courses is wild as fuck. All right, let's finish up with this dude.
Who else but the top G, right?
So would you describe the way in which you were marketing Tate's product as kind of preying on male insecurities about getting girls?
Absolutely. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. I think a lot of men are looking for that content, and they fall deeper and deeper into the Tate propaganda machine, and that's and
we're gonna go back because we need to hear it.
Who else?
This is for the Tate simps. This is for you, Tate simps.
But the top G, right?
So would you describe the way in which you were marketing Tate's product as kind of preying on male insecurities about getting girls?
Absolutely. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. I think a lot of men are looking for that.
We already seen how he pimps women. We've already done 3 streams essentially, because we're an hour plus into this one. 5 hours of content of how he pimps women. But how does he pimp men? Based upon insecurity. Based upon your insecurity with women. And I think a lot of reason even people are just, whatever, is this your schadenfreude of women. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but wanting to see women suffer. Listen, guys, if you don't want to date, that's fine. There's a lot of crazy women out there. There's no shame in just saying, you know what, I'm not going to date. I'm going to focus on, some productive stuff. But this female, he-man, woman hater shit has got to stop. This I hate women shit has got to stop. That's why I didn't really even want to talk about the Carly Russell thing. Even though that bitch is crazy, I just didn't want to be another guy talking bad about women, in particular black women, but just women in general. I'm just, golly, okay, some of these hoes are crazy, but a lot of these dudes are too. I can't deal with all this fake red pill, feminism is bad. It ruined a lot of TV shows. It ruined a lot of relationships. It's ruined a lot of stuff. But this shit ain't an answer. This doesn't have all the solutions either, man. It's just another set of bad ideas to go against one set of bad ideas. Tate, the meninist preacher of nihilistic consumerism. Yeah, that is what he is. And I mean, there is definitely there's a worship to this, man. So maybe it is more religious than I'm giving it credit for, because these guys worship him. Feminists did ruin the birth rate. We got to give, feminists fucked up a lot. Feminism deserves a lot of criticism, but in the same way that Marxism doesn't answer the problems of capitalism, we're finding out that this red pill shit and this manosphere shit, outside of vetting women, and the two takeaways in the manosphere that are valuable. You should vet women. I'll give you 3. You should vet women. You should know the laws of the land as far as dating and marriage. And you don't have to put all your eggs in dating all the time. And you should focus on other things. Those are 3 productive, positive things to take from the manosphere, from the red pill. Maybe there's a few other things that I'm not thinking of offhand, but that's about it. All this other shit, this high value man bullshit, and I got a video that I haven't been editing because I've been doing all this fucking research. I can't wait to get this behind me. That I wanted to talk about that a little bit about that bullshit. It's just dumb. All this Oh, well, girls have Listen, man. She's always fucking somebody for free. I don't give a fuck who she is. I don't give a fuck what she says. Every girl is giving the box up to somebody for free. Or for low cost, if not free. So, like, oh, I need to make 8 figures to get a girl. No, you don't. No, you don't. There's a lot. And what type of girl you want? If you want one of these ditzy OnlyFans hoes, then yeah, maybe. But if you want a regular girl, if you would bathe, you could probably get a regular girl. If you would stop beating your meat like it owes you money to the Hub or Andrew Tate, you could probably get a regular girl. If that's what you want. And if it's not, man, focus on your career, King. But for fuck's sake, this women hate shit has to stop.
Content, and they fall deeper and deeper into the Tate propaganda machine, and that's just how it goes, right? That's how we designed it.
It costs almost $8,000 to get into the war room. But for many members, the huge sum spending doesn't end there.
So you join the war room, you pay a set price. And then there are events, and they make a lot of money off the back end of the events. If you speak to a salesman, they'll be like, the war room's complete, you don't need to pay anything, there's no obligation to buy anything once inside, and technically there is no obligation.
So the war room offers members other courses which cost even more money, and the leaked chats we've got hold of back this up. The operator course, for instance, is offered for £2,000 a head, and it's claimed to have had 300 plus graduates.
So you pay $2,000 to $8,000 just to join. Now you got to pay another 2 racks, almost $2,500 in US money.
So that's 600 grand
just for another course.
The margins are actually really, really huge because some of the events maybe cost $500, maybe $1,000 per head to run it, and they'll charge you $12,000, $18,000.
Woo! So listen to this. You sign up to the war room again. You paid anywhere between $2,000 and $8,000 to get in the war room. Let's say you paid $5,000 to get in the war room. You paid another $2,500 for a course. Now you got to pay another $12,000 to $18,000, $15,000 to go to an event. So what are you out? What? $23,000 to $30,000, depending on how high you were when you got in, just to join a group, get a course, and meet this dweeb. Bro, there are so many free meetups. Say what you will about the fandom. I know we made a super chat joke, but at least the fucking meetup was at like some bar and it was like free. You know what I'm saying?
On the back end. So times that by like 40 or 50 people, loads of ways.
These courses are marketed by other high-ranking members of the war room. Why? Eli says that half the money is given to Tate and the rest is divided between the leadership. And
wow, so he's still pimping. Taking half of the money for the courses that they do, the war room members. But let me see. Both feminism and meninism are perfect for pushing consumerism. Both they are, because they play off the insecurities of each. And we already covered how feminism was just there to sell girls makeup. It's all about expressing your true self through products. It's hilarious when you think about it. Become unique by buying shit. It is the American way, Sense a Dildo.
Talking about some large
It is
figures.
the American way. That's why we're so brand happy. That always pissed me off as a kid. So I paid, whatever dollars. Let's say I paid $500 for a Gucci shirt that says Gucci. That means I'm marketing for Gucci and trying to let everybody know I supposedly got money. It's stupid. So I never bought some Gucci. But, I did like the shoes. So I can only talk so much shit. Not Gucci shoes, but like I got Bapes and Jordans and shit.
Excess of $250,000 towards these courses, towards these events, which is a lot of money. The best customers.
We're talking about some large figures.
There is actually quite a few members who put in excess of $250,000 towards these courses, towards these events, which is a lot of money.
So there are guys putting up $250,000 for events, like we mentioned earlier, $250,000 for events, for courses, because you're buying multiple courses. So he's really taking advantage of rich simps and higher middle class simps.
The best customers in marketing are repeat customers.
Eli makes wild claims that the war room can influence social media companies to control the narrative around Tate.
Wow.
They even use botnets, he says.
We have many Twitter employees, we have Instagram employees, TikTok employees. When we want to, we can delete an account. But our preferred method of choice, because deleting is kind of harsh. For small accounts, we can just mark them, and that's it. Nobody really cares. But for
so my small ass, maybe I'll get hit by the war room talking my shit.
Bigger accounts, we use a thing called PR marketing campaigns and narrative control. meaning that we have big accounts that side with us. We have many smaller, real-looking, human-like accounts.
So if you tweet something against Tate online, both big accounts with ties to the War Room and smaller bot accounts will challenge you with a pro-Tate narrative.
Whatever the perceived attack is on the Tate brand, that the...
You know what, since you did it, feel free to link some stuff. I'll check it out. I'm not sure if it'll go on stream because I don't know, these streams are exhausting. We got this video and then one more video and then we're done with this fucking done putting a pin in these goofballs and letting them, leaving it with God.
Marketing, the post, the tweet, the thread, whatever is purporting. We counter that with our...
But you know what? This also makes sense. A lot of these Tate simps we're seeing aren't even real simps. They're digital simps. They're bots. So they're not even real simps. And this makes me think, man, I'm getting back into music. I was doing more sessions until this shit just ruined my week. Man, everybody uses bots for marketing, bro. I think that's what's hurting the music industry now. A lot of people aren't selling tickets and aren't selling albums is because everything is built on fakeness. Everybody been using bots, and you find out, oh shit, there's no real fans.
Our Tate bots, we get big accounts to slander the person that's making that.
Oh, it's not for stream. Okay, cool. Even better.
I wasn't personally involved in those PR campaigns. We had another department handling that. But
yeah, he does bots. He has accounts at these social media places, like we said. I don't know how much information that he has that's valuable. It'll keep going, I guess.
I definitely was aware of everything, yeah.
Eli claims that the War Room's efforts to silence Tate's critics isn't just online. In one case, he says he was involved in threatening a Twitter user by sending men to his doorstep.
And Tate's spoken about a similar case in 2020.
Felt it because people turned up at his
from
door.
02.
I had his address. I started putting...
We showed this. And here's another red pill guy, Rich Cooper. I don't know if he was the first. He's one of the first guys I saw with the bald head and the TRT look, the overtan look in the cigars. And shit, I don't even feel like replaying this. But long and short, they dox a journalist. There's so much of this shit.
He says,
as disturbing as this motherfucker is, I'm tired of seeing his fucking pinhead. Hell, Papa Cotton. Century of the Self by Adam Curtis. I gotta check that out because he probably got a lot of shit right now too. We're still dealing with this doofus. Right now we're talking to. Well, we're not talking to nobody, but we're listening to somebody who was inside of his war room. Guys were paying anywhere from $2,000 to $8,000 just to join the war room, to then turn around pay $2,000 to $10,000 for a course, and another $12,000 to $18,000 to meet them at events, and people were dropping $250,000 and everything. And if you were teaching a course in the war room, he took half the money. So we covered one of these guys who was teaching courses. What do you have, like Pussy Buddy trading or some shit? Well, Andrew was still taking half of that money because he's a pimp.
That's not the only time a War Room member has threatened to send men to someone's house, which, if true, is pretty mad.
And also another thing you have to understand about Tate, he doesn't work on contracts. He doesn't work on NDAs, doesn't work on all this stuff.
What?
He works on handshakes, brotherhood, mutual trust, and respect. Friendship.
You're kind of blowing the lid in a way and showing people behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Wait, this guy doesn't use NDAs? I mean, clearly he doesn't though, right? What are the Red Pill creators saying about this? Only one I know saying anything is Abba and Preach. And are they still Red Pill? Because I don't pay attention to them either. No disrespect. The Abba and Preach and he's not a Red Pill channel. It's a smaller channel called I just found this guy's channel. He's the one who was talking about it. What's his name? Mr. Keep It Simple. He seems like a cool dude. He's got about 30K, so he's a smaller channel. But the only big channel I know is talking about this is Abba and Preach. There's this channel, this this news channel. We just covered another channel. What was it? Common Sense something. I hate to mess up the names. Do I have it? What's the name of this? Common Sense Skeptic is doing coverage. The Willy Mac show is what we used the other day, and we used Abba and Preach the first day. So those are the channels I know. And then there's a bunch of smaller channels covering stuff of this. And shit, I guess I'm one of them at this point. But even though my channel's probably of the smallest talking about it. And then, there's little one-off channels with those like supercuts and things like that. But what I freaked out about yesterday was the fact that he's recently did something with Candace Owens, recently did something with Sucker Carlson. As we showed in the Willy Mac video, Sucker asked him, "Are you being accused of anything violent? Or are you being charged with anything violent?" He just says no, and Sucker just buys it. Even though if he would have did a little bit of research, he would know grape is one of the charges that he's being charged with. So I was just like shocked not shocked, because I know how this partisanship bullshit works. We've covered many a times how the conservatives need someone to agree with them, and apparently they'll stop at nothing. Because it's just like, wait, none of you guys did basic research into this guy before bringing him on? I did not see those interviews. I was not going to sit for 3 hours and listen to Candace Owens try to suck Andrew Tate's dick. I was not about to do that. I saw the excerpt from the Sucker interview, but and then I tried to watch a reaction. Like, she did a video after the fact, and I just knew she was going to address his charges at some point, and maybe she did because, again, it's Candace Owens, so I'm skipping through while I'm in line at Whataburger because I'm not really trying to, listen to this bitch. But all she had was snarky shit, tune in to get offended. Ha ha ha. Like, you're the same, like, whatever, bitch. You listen, maybe you want to be human trafficked. You know how some girls got weird fantasies. Maybe she wished she was a Andrew Tate cam girl. Not surprised about Candace. I am surprised about Tucker. Yeah, Tucker, the reason it was surprising with Tucker is like, wait a second, you should have a big enough staff to research things. Plus, like you said, Candace Owens is kind of an internet hoe, right? Tucker Carlson still was a guy on Fox News for years. You hold a little bit more weight, a little bit more credibility to a lot of people in this country, for better or for worse. And you think you would have a guy do what the fuck I'm doing. This ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? To do this research. It's hard to listen to. It's hard to stomach some of it. But you think you would have a guy do what I'm doing to do this research so you can know when you come in, oh, you know what, there's some seriousness to these charges. What do you have to say to this, this, and this? But none of them could. There's a couple YouTubers that try. Andrew Tate's manipulation. Oh, wow. Isolation tactic on a friend of yours. Tate gave bad advice. Well, we were just talking about these courses, these $10,000 courses or $20,000 whatever dollar events that these guys are paying. And I don't know if you were here yesterday. There's guys who have taken his courses, now have their own courses, and now have their own trafficking charges. So he is literally teaching people these manipulation tactics.
How the Tate machine works. Why now?
I was part of the Worm and Cobra Tate team working. I quit Cobra Tate team and we left amicably. I didn't fully believe in all of the things that the Worm had to teach, had to offer. So I go inside of the rooms and I start reading the chats, and I see really, really misleading advice from some of the members inside, especially leadership. So I go and counter it, and I counter it in a way where I kind of make them look silly, to be honest. Like, I go in better, so then these guys kick me out, and I guess that was it, right? I got kicked out. I reached out to Luke and I asked him, what's the reason for why I was kicked out of the Worm? This is very, very unfair. And he told me I was acting in bad faith. How could I be acting in bad faith? I made the millions, countless millions, and I got paid. I'm not gonna give you the exact amount, but less than $500,000 over 2 years.
Eli says he was betrayed by
So
the
wait,
Tates.
he only left like a bitter girlfriend. He didn't get enough money, and they kicked him out. That's the only reason he's snitching. I'm telling you, there is a homoerotic layer to this thing that I did not see at all.
He was kicked out for arguing with leadership on tactics to pick up young women.
What is this?
Specifically virgins or girls with low body counts. Eli claims that this hetero male concern of how to pick up young, sexually inexperienced girls is a major selling point in the manosphere.
Virgins were always coveted throughout history. I don't think it's a wrong thing. As long as you operate within the legal constraints of what is legal in your country.
It's funny you came back on this point. Yeah, I don't like this pussy at all. Because you made the point about age gap dating. Now, that's a can of worms onto itself. Because we know, as much as there's some manipulative old doofuses and young girls, I'm in the city of Houston, I can guarantee you in a 10 or 20 mile radius, there's a woman between the ages of 19 and 22 who has a guy between the ages of 35 and 45 wrapped around her finger and is getting Louboutins at will. So that manipulation got both ways. And I was a young man, and I did okay with some of the older ladies. But that notwithstanding, you still had a point. There is definitely, with some of these guys, and we've already kind of profiled these guys, and I hate to say it, bro, the incel tag seems to fit. The low self-esteem tag seems to fit. The fake alpha tag seems to fit. And as a result, they definitely are going for younger, more. And I mean, we see there's a manipulative streak, obviously, to Tate and what he teaches. So there definitely is something about these guys going for younger, easier to manipulate girls. I'm not looking at from a legal perspective because I don't get my morals from the state. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I smoke weed every day, so I don't either. And I'm not looking for an 18-year-old girl. That's just too young, too old. I'm too old, but I would date a girl in her 20s. Probably mid at least 25. But I'm not even looking for a 25-year-old either, man. I'm not really looking for anybody. I'm trying to finish my albums, and then see what I'm doing. Get a business started. Get out of this 9 to 5. Maybe get a house. Then see what I am with relationships. Put that on the back burner for now. But in any event, let's finish up with this homo and then keep going.
Then I don't think there's anything wrong with desiring that.
This kind of idea of like younger women, for instance, that they have less experience, so there's less complication. Isn't that potentially suggesting that you would be able, in a way, to kind of program a woman because they're inexperienced?
With great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Andrew Tate is currently facing charges of human trafficking, rape, and forming an organised crime group in Romania, which he denies. This criminal case is related to his previous...
No, he doesn't deny any of these things. He's actually told us that he's done all of these things. He's denying them now, but in the past, he's told us he's admitted and bragged about all of these things, all of these charges. Except, I guess, the grape. We'll give him that.
Business in webcam pornography. And the War Room leaks show that many members are pursuing businesses in webcam pornography.
Do you know much about Tate's experience in the webcam porn business? Was that anything you guys ever spoke about?
I won't comment on that.
Oh, wow.
Chats from the War Room specifically talk a lot about OnlyFans management as a way of making money. Is that right?
Again, I won't touch on that subject.
You don't want to talk?
I won't talk about that, no.
Really? So what the fuck are you doing here, you doofus?
However, Eli did explain to us Tate's PhD course, which was once sold on CobraTate.com.
It's CobraTate.com, and I've got a course on there that basically explains how I got girls to work for me for my webcam.
PhD, right?
It's a PhD course, Pimping Hose degree.
Eli says that the PhD teaches men how to manipulate women into doing whatever they want.
We actually played the video from the Pimping Hose degree.
Basically, the PhD method is...
goofy 5-minute video that who knows how much he charged for it. That was the Pimping Hose degree.
You will sleep with a woman, and then you will ignore her, and then she will come and beg for your attention. You put a woman into a cycle of oblivion conditioning to where you give her less attention, and she gives you more sex, and she also gives you more servitude in terms of her doing things for you, whether that's cooking for you, cleaning for you, or eventually, as you said, doing OnlyFans webcam. So she fully depends on you, and she has no autonomy of her own. You manipulate her into...
Wait, I thought you were going to talk about it. Okay, Gunna. Yeah.
Being your slave, perhaps, quote unquote, and then she will do anything for you. And that's a PhD successfully executed. And then you would post that up inside the War Room and you get loads of applause and stuff, versus doing the right thing, which is have a wholesome relationship with her based on trust and respect, which I think is the correct way of doing things.
Leak chat.
So he said, what the fuck? I'm not going to talk about it. And then he just starts talking about it. Okay. Yeah. That's the little Gunna song. That's the joke. Oh yeah, so we showed this. This is the target. And real quick, because I also saw this by one of the Tate stands. All that stuff can be faked, and so I want to play Angel's advocate for this moment. This stuff can presumably be faked, because the Tate stand said they showed all the different fake accounts and all this shit. So these texts and messages can be faked, allegedly.
Private PhD chat room now
He's
obtained
there.
by TNA.
He's there for the clout, pretty obviously. Probably resentful because his pimp daddy abandoned him. Yeah.
Show Tate teaching other War Room members how he gets girls to webcam for him. Tate encourages his students to isolate girls and lie to them to create dependency. He also claims he uses other
Yeah,
women.
we've
who are
covered
part
some of
his
this. Are we
webcam.
good enough to
Authorities
be?
against Tate.
I think we're good enough to
Allegations
go to
of-
the next video. I'm kind of sick of this guy. This stuff can't, this little tech stuff. I know a lot of the Tate stands were pushing back. Okay, maybe it's fake. We got hours of this guy admitting to it. I don't need much more else. And I just going to get one more experience. I don't know if we're going through this whole thing. He was in the war room for a year. We're gonna listen to he's just a guy. He's not saying this to no organization. He just I was presumably doing this on his own channel. And this is an older video, a couple months. He's just telling you what he went through. And I haven't watched as much from this video. So we're about to find out together. Let's see what's going on. And then he joined for $5,000. So he got in when the getting was still a little cheaper than $8,000. And then we're done with this Tate thing completely. I'll do clips. You'll see, so if you're on the channel, you'll see clips of this stream. If you missed the piece, you can check it out. But then I'm done with this fucker, man. Just completely done.
The only reason why I'm making this video right now is because I already got kicked out of the entire war room after 1 full year. So I'm gonna.
Isn't that funny? These guys only want to talk when they get kicked out. When their pimp daddy abandons them, now they want to talk. I would not. How much you want to bet there's some shit in his browser history that would scare the shit out of you? I guarantee you do not want to see his browser history. Let's keep it going.
The only reason why I'm making this video right now is because I already got kicked out of the entire war room after 1 full year. So I'm going to show you the exact experience I had inside the war room after literally 1 year, bro. And then also I'll reveal to you the reason, like the exact reason why I got banned from the war room, or just kicked out, not banned, but kicked out. And no, this is not going to be a biased video. I'm not going to put like any freaking affiliate link in the description, even though if I...
Yeah, Wheatley behavior, they were the perfect marks. You can see the profile starting of him. We already know the profile of female victims, but the male victims and his male followers, I mean, it's right on the nose. I was never a real follower. I liked his shorts. Some of them were pretty inspirational. Most of them were funny. Thought he was a funny dude. I never really got bought into the top G bullshit like that. But boy, the people that did were exactly who you thought they were. The fucking incel and the He-Man women hater crowd. For real, for real. And this is sad, man. This is sad. Don't go out like this, Kings. There's other ways, man. There's other ways.
I do that, like I'll be making good money from it. I just don't want this video to be like me making it just because of like wanting to make money from the war room as an affiliate. I'm literally keeping this entire thing fully honest, and I'll be giving you my exact opinion that's unbiased, okay? Okay, so the first thing, I actually joined the war room back in March 2022. And listen, like, back then it was actually a bit easier to join. Like nowadays I'm hearing people, when they go and talk to the chat person is like trying to like disqualify them or trying to tell them that you don't fit inside the war room and stuff like that. No, like for me, when I joined, all I did was just basically this. So I went to the Telegram chat, I went to the guy, the support, and I was just like, hello, mister, may I please join the war room? Please, mister, can I join the war room? And he was like, okay, pay. So I paid, and that's it. I was in. Like, I didn't have to do anything else. But what's funny is I remember back then, I was actually kind of panicking. Because when I first joined, I was like, okay, who's bumping?
Oh, here we go. So you're getting your little ad money. Okay. Tax season bullshit. I paid my taxes, Tate, unfortunately. Let's see.
What I do now. It took them a whole freaking day to finally like put me inside the chats and the groups. So the whole time I'm like contacting the guy. I was like, sir, this is no scam, right? Obviously I wasn't talking like that, but you know what I mean? So eventually they actually added me into the group chats after a whole day. And I'm like, bro, I was so excited in the beginning. But when I first joined, I was just... I was like, okay, guys, where's the action? Where's the videos? Where's the knowledge?
You said, I don't believe anything the Square has to say after that intro. Yeah. That's why even going through it, but I still think there's insight. But I am after a week of this shit, off the research of this shit, the disturbing shit, his fans, I am done with this story personally. Outside of clipping this material out, which is probably, I don't know how many clips I'm going to do. But I'm just like, okay, this guy's a fucking scumbag. I think a lot of people know. Not enough people know. More people will. I'm going to leave it in the Most High's hands. I'm going to do my little part. And the rest, as other people reporting on this with bigger platforms, bigger channels, if it's supposed to get out there like it should, it will.
Where's everything? So that was me on day one. I was actually kind of like freaking underwhelmed, right? But listen, bro. I'm actually like not an Andrew Tate hater at all. Like I'm actually a big fan of Andrew Tate. Like if freaking Andrew Tate came to like ask for my daughter's hand for marriage, obviously I'd be like, okay, are you praying good? Do you follow the sunnah?
Did you hear this guy? See, this is why I am still watching it. Because this guy got kicked out of the war room. He gave him $5,000, got kicked out a year later, and would give his daughter over to Andrew Tate for marriage. This is the morbid fascination of why I have to keep watching this shit. Because these people are fucking nuts. Jesus is right, like, because he needs Jesus. Or a lot or something, man. These people are crazy. This is why it's an endless bowl of shit. That's all this story is. Endless shit. But then there's stuff like this. Yeah, Allah is disappointed. Everyone's disappointed. But like, it's an endless bowl of shit, but it's an endless fascination factor. How can somebody, and he's probably gonna have given, I'm sure he gave him way more than that 5 racks, say he would give over his daughter in marriage to Andrew Tate. He's that much of a fan still. Unreal. It is unfathomable. That's unfathomable. It's like, how this never ends. That's why I just have to stop it. It's endless insanity. This is fucking sad, bro. This is unreal sad. Hell, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. You think you have a collective of guinea pigs. Let me tell you. This Andrew Tate guy, he has a collective of fucking sheep. I got to replay this. Tommy, this is what we were talking about. This guy paid $5,000 to join Andrew Tate's war room, got kicked out after a year, and this is what he would do.
Not an Andrew Tate hater at all. Like I'm actually a big fan of Andrew Tate. Like if freaking Andrew Tate came to like ask for my daughter's hand for marriage, obviously I'd be like, okay, are you praying good? Do you follow the sunnah of a prophet and all that stuff? But eventually I'd be like, okay, if he says yes to that, I'd actually give him my daughter. Like it's fine. But bro, like
he would give up his daughter to Andrew Tate. This guy would give up his daughter to Andrew Tate. People are talking about the opioid crisis. The simpage crisis is a bigger issue. I can't believe there are men like this on earth to this great extent. And everyone's saying hi to Tommy. Tommy's the man. If you haven't subbed to Tommy, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Tommy is indeed the man. But golly, that's unreal. Unreal.
When I first joined the war room, I was actually pretty underwhelmed. I was like, what is this? So obviously I can't show you everything in the war room because like you do have to sign like an NDA or an agreement form that basically says if you reveal anything in the war room, like you are liable to be sued for like $1 million or something like that. But like, as you know, the war room is just basically just a bunch of Telegram chats. So there's like a chat for like business or like a chat for girls or like a chat for money, a chat for freelance.
Here's another thing. I heard this just in passing. All he's selling you as far as actual business courses is these bullshit freelance copywriting courses. That's all he's all this money people are spending to learn how to be a freelance copywriter, some shit you can learn on YouTube. That I learned a little bit about back in 2014. And that's what these guys are paying thousands of dollars doing and willing to give their hand in marriage to their daughter up to this guy.
A chat for fitness and all that stuff. But the very first thing they made you do is that they told you have to be watching this movie. Now, I can't really reveal which movie it is, but I freaking hate movies. I don't like watching movies at all, especially if
it's
I'm
a
going to watch
pyramid
them by
scheme,
myself.
absolutely.
Like, I hate freaking sitting through watching movies. It's such a depressing thing to do. But anyway, like I forced myself to watch this whole movie.
There's
and it's funny because the movie has
guy,
like 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. But like after watching it, they were like, okay, now you need to be meeting with the other G's in the war room, like having like a real life meeting with them. Because what they tell you is that the Telegram chats, they're basically like the tip of the iceberg. Like you won't really experience the most benefit of the war room just through sitting through the chats. Like you won't benefit only from that. What you need to be doing is like meeting up with other G's, as they say, other G's, and then that is where the real magic begins, because through networking, then you'll actually be benefiting from the people. So here's what happened. I went to my first meeting, like my first dinner. The one I went to was actually pretty small. It was just me and 3 other people, or actually no, 4 other.
Tommy with some game. He says they are able to sell it because most people are easy to fool. I think there's a miracle solution with a price tag. Absolutely. And Papa Cotton putting Tommy's channel in the chat. For those who haven't subbed, please sub to my man Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Really appreciate that, Papa. So yeah, haven't subbed, or if you're watching this playback, maybe I'll just toss it. If I clip this part out, I'll go ahead and put Tommy's information in the description. He's a good dude.
Other people. But what's so funny is that when I first went, I parked the car, right? Like I parked it, I paid for parking. But this guy comes out. The first G I meet, he comes out. He was a bit of an older man. Like he wasn't like a guy my age, but he was a bit older.
Of course, it's an older dude. Oh boy, here's my music. The targeted music
Are you
ads.
interested in starting your own?
Oh no, this targeted YouTube ads. I thought it was the music shit. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just again the profile. Sad man, older guy. Older guys who can't get laid, young guys who can't get laid. There's a pattern here.
He was paying for the parking, and what's funny is that I paid and I finished, right? But then he goes and he pays, and it's like I'm right next to him, like, hey, what's up, brother? I'm right next to him. He's paying, and then his card declines, and then he's like, okay, let me try another card. He pays, and then his card declines again, and then I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, the ad bill, it probably hit in my head. I'm like, brother, do you need any help with the payment? He's like, no, I got this. Like freaking after the fourth card. Finally, he pays for the parking, and that was my first impression on the entire.
So the first time this guy goes to one of these events, he didn't tell us how much he paid, but we know from the last video it was a lot of money. The fucking old man he sees, who's one of the G's in the war room, can't even pay for parking because Andrew Tate has all this fucking money. Unreal.
War room. It was so funny. So then eventually we sat with the people. So I learned that one guy, he was actually making money from selling pictures.
Freemasons
of women.
for real.
Apparently
For
he
real.
was making.
Yeah, that's so Freemason. That's so Illuminati, right? No pun intended. Surprise in the list of offers, Blue Ball wasn't listed, right? Or at least the list of requirements, you must have blue
Pretty
balls.
good money from that. That's the first thing I saw. The second guy, who was making money from like a software company, he was basically like their salesman. And then the third guy, he was looking for a sales job. He was begging, bro. He was like, I need a sales job. I don't have a sales job. My rent is due at this month and then this month and all that stuff. And then the fourth guy, which is the older guy, I was basically helping him out into like how to get more clients to his business and all that stuff. Like this little guy.
So these are the doofuses that you need to meet at these events that you're paying thousands of dollars to meet. You're meeting unemployed sales guys, broke old dudes, this nonce, and one guy with a legit job. You're paying thousands to see this shit. You can't make this shit up.
Helping him out into like how to get more clients to his business and all that stuff, like this little method of how to attract more clients and close more clients and everything. So I was helping and I was doing like proper stuff. I was giving value to people, right? So my first impression of the war room is just like, okay, so this guy's making money in the haram way. This guy is looking for a job. This guy, like, he needs value. I'm trying to give him value. And this guy who's like my age, who is like doing good for a sales company, or not a sales company, he was just doing good in terms of sales, high ticket sales for a software company. I'm like, this is pretty interesting. But then the second meeting I went to, which was like the bigger meeting, like it had actually a lot of people. I went to it. I met up with a lot of people, right? And that's when I was doing my Etsy. Like when I told them about my Etsy, like they were pretty shocked. They were like, bro, like you need to talk to us more about Etsy. Like how are you making this much money on Etsy and all that stuff? And then I told them like I basically almost like shared everything I know. But I was sitting there and I was thinking of like, to my left, there is this guy who's like so jacked, freaking on steroids, even admitted to being on steroids, but he was making his money from OnlyFans, right? And then I looked.
Look at these losers. That's why this is an interesting video. The profile of losers that are going to this event. He's going to meet and try to find people, and he ends up telling people how to get sales clients, how to use his Etsy. He's got steroid guy, insecure steroid guy. It's just male insecurity every goddamn where. And I'm not the fucking king of confidence, but holy shit. Just these stereotypical male insecurity. Like, is this video real? If you told me this guy's a Plant Tate fan, he sounds like it. It sounds fake. If the Tate stands come at me over this guy, I might say, you know what, you're right. Because this is too much to be actually true. It sounds like somebody wrote it. For this guy to be, ready to give his daughter's hand in marriage to Andrew Tate, he goes to the meeting and he's meeting all these like case study stereotypical archetypes of male insecurity, and they're all incompetent. It's just like, if you said, no, this guy's a plan, he's making this shit up, I might believe you, because it's hard to believe. Hard to believe is this. It's literally this. Do they ever talk about how the system helps them move out of mama's basement? I doubt it. No, I don't think. I think a lot of these motherfuckers are still in mama's basement. So you missed all the fun stuff. Well, no, I thought you missed the fun stuff. We're going on how Andrew Tate is a fucking sociopath, but this guy is a mess. Fuck. We haven't been 5 minutes of this. You want to murk him and take all his money? Your dude's like a cuck. He absolutely has that spirit. I don't believe there are incels. There are more women that feel empowered being a slag. There's plenty of skeezy bees to go around. They're just not applying themselves. I think a lot of them just don't. I think a lot of these guys just have crazy high standards. They'll be like motherfuckers like this, but they only want models. So when like a mid chick comes at them, they're like, well, if you want some box, you can get some box. It ain't rocket science. And again, I don't give a fuck what these red pill content creators tell you. You do not need 6 figures to get a girl. That's bullshit. If you think you need 6 figures to get a girl, you have some real insecurity issues, man. Do not listen to these dweebs. But you know, we talked about it. Meninism and feminism, they're just trying to sell you shit, bro. They just want to make you insecure to sell you shit. So let's hear about some more of the top G's of the war room. We already got the old man who can't afford parking, the steroid guy, sales guy doesn't have a job, and of course our Etsy seller who's willing to give his firstborn daughter to Andrew Tate. How you doing, Wes? How you doing?
To my right, and this other guy who was like, I'm like, how do you make your money, bro? Well, he asked me first. I was like, how do you make your money? He was like, I make my money from Reddit, where I get traffic from Reddit to my OnlyFans, and that's how I make my money. And then I'm like, okay, interesting.
OnlyFans.
I'm like, how do you make your money? He was like, oh, I have like a webcam. I'm like, interesting. How do you make?
Oh wait, no. Okay, we've been talking all this whole thing about Tate and his webcam girls. Now it sounds like it's Tate and his webcam guys. These are OnlyFans guys. These are, oh man, this is a mess. This is a movie. I see, obviously, Wes. Is it Wes Anderson? He's the Wes I'm thinking of that would make a movie like this. I love watching the videos of new empowered women cry about working an 8-hour work shift. Tommy's great. Let's try to finish out this guy. I don't know if we can go 17 minutes. That's another 12 minutes of this shit.
Make your money. He's like, oh, I just basically sell digital products on TikTok. I'm like, finally, it's a freaking guy who makes his money not from OnlyFans. And then I look at this guy, I'm like, how do you freaking make your money? And then he was like, well, I don't. That's why I was asking you on Telegram, can you please help me with this, and that? Woo! He basically wanted some help on like the thing I talked about. Remember that video where I was like, you can make money from eBay. If you're completely fully broke, you can just sell stuff there.
There's nothing more powerful.
So you're paying, and remember, I think it's Wes Anderson. Is it Wes Anderson? He makes these like quirky type movies. This seems like a Wes Anderson movie, like a quirky. It wouldn't be this weird. Well, no, it'd be this weird. But like the weird characters.
You.
I thought there was another director Wes that I might be getting mixed up. Not Wes Anderson.
So that's what he.
Hey, Papa. Everyone saying hi.
He wanted to know. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm sitting in the meetings, and this guy's making money from OnlyFans. This guy's making money from OnlyFans. Like, as you know, like, I'm a Muslim, right? Like, I don't want to be around people who are, like, you could say pimps, or people who are, like, insane.
Wait! Oh my God, this doesn't end. He doesn't want to be around pimps. Subscribe to Andrew Tate. I swear to God, you can't make this shit up. Wes Anderson might make a movie about this, right? Oh my God. 12 minutes of soy may lower your testosterone just listening. Don't do it. Save yourself. It's fascinating because every moment, every time I hit play, he said something crazier than the last time I hit play. Any guy that would give his daughter to a winner online should be hit with a stick. No, he needs to be put to death. What the fuck? These people can't be real. I'm calling bullshit. You know what, man? I gotta keep listening. I'm sorry. I want to stop, but every moment is crazier than the last. Starts off, wants to give up his daughter to Andrew Tate. He didn't tell us what he paid to go to this event, but we know it's probably 10 racks or more. After paying 5 racks just to get into this group, a group of OnlyFans guys and a sales guy who doesn't have a job and an old man who can't pay his bills. And then he says, well, I'm a Muslim, so I don't want to be around pimps. But he's willing to give his daughter to Andrew Tate. You cannot make, maybe you can make this shit up. Maybe you can make this shit up. So you're right, talking about both of us. I bet that guy is a blow-up doll of Tate. Shh, brother. You probably are. People do sell their children. It's a dark world, man. It's a dark world. You're not wrong. I mean, we cover some of that abuse. We have actually covered some of that stuff. Remember the girl that was abused? I forgot what country she was from. And I think didn't her father sell her? This is a dark. You know what, man? The FBI. Listen, FBI, open up. This guy's name. It just says Muhammad. Oh fuck, you'll never find him, man. He didn't put a last name. If you guys got your facial recognition stuff out for this guy, I might put an APB on this guy. I really might. I don't know how the Tate investigation's going. I don't know if any other place of cooperation. I'm sure if we had his hard drive, if you saw some shit, I'm sure there's some shit on this guy's hard drive that'll get him locked up for the rest of his life. After knowing this individual 5 or 6 minutes, I am 100% certain there's something on his hard drive that'll get him locked up for the rest of his life. Belgian girl, yep. Mom started doing it when she was 7. God damn. Demonic, bro. Demonic. If I ever snap off on sex pest types, that was a thing, but streaming on Romo, beating the ass. Hey, you might want to grab the old boomstick.
Right? I'm pretty sure if you're a Muslim,
I don't know what
you
Oklahoma
wanna be,
law is like, but I know in Texas, I believe you got some self-defense rights.
You don't want to be surrounded in that type of environment. That was kind of like my impression on the war room. Like, yeah, people are making money and stuff. Some of them are making money, and the way they're making money is just for OnlyFans. And then some of them, the way that they're making money is just, they're not making money, they're freaking broke, and they want to ask you for help. So that's what happened. So when I finished that meeting, I went back home, and the next day, obviously, they would message you, and then they would be like, oh, we appreciate you coming, thank you for the help, and all that stuff. But then, it's like, I noticed, like, a few days after, they would keep asking you for help. And it's like, what I noticed, and I did complain about this inside the war room, so they kind of got upset at me at this, right? They keep asking me for help. And I don't mind that. Like, I help a lot. Like, as you know, on YouTube, like, I'm literally sharing everything.
He's paid all this money so he can help people. He's doing more helping. He's not getting any value of this.
For free. Like, I'm not asking for any money. But it's like, I thought I joined something where I thought, like, I was going to be the dumbest person in the room. I didn't want to come and make it seem like I'm the smartest person in the room. Because as you know, like, that's how you grow. If you're in a group where you're the dumbest, that means it's good. You're going to be growing. So when I went inside the war room, that was my expectation.
As much of an idiot as you are, unfortunately, you're not the dumbest person in the room. Unfortunately.
At least. But here I am. I'm like thinking, this guy's asking me for help, and this guy's asking for help, and this guy's asking me for help. I liked it, but then I didn't like it at the same time. Because I'm like, I keep giving, but it's like I'm not receiving anything. You know what I mean? So I kind of hated that.
Oh, Jesus.
The homeless problem is getting worse. It's not getting better. Crime is getting worse.
Imagine paying $5,000 just to be helping people. Well, imagine saying that you don't want to be around pimps, but you would give your daughter to Andrew Tate in the same span. Imagine that, guy.
So the war room now, it's like when you join it, you're going to be paying the $5,000, but you're not just going to be paying for that. They say that's only your admission ticket. You're only paying to get access to these people. You're not paying to be respected and all that stuff. What you're supposed to be doing is pay for more stuff. As soon as you join, they're asking you, it's like, you got to pay now for the 5 fundamental courses, which I think is like 3.
So, again, this guy is getting extorted by Andrew Tate and would still give up his daughter. Unreal. I want the beatings to last. No need a boomstick for that always. And shit. Only reason that guy is Muslim is to make it easier for him to get a wife. Otherwise, he die alone. Bro, there's no doubt he'd die alone if he didn't have some help. Allah hates you, you wimp. I'm sure this guy is a mess. Oh, my God.
$3,000 with a discount or whatever. So $5,000 USD plus $3,000 discount. Now you have the 5 fundamental courses. Well, now you have to be meeting up with other Gs. So I told them, I'm like, but I already met with other.
So he spent $8,000 altogether. Yes, he would. Yes, he would, Moira. He said this guy would take back shots from Andrew Tate if asked. Yes, he absolutely would. Some of these simps absolutely would. Yes, that's their real dream. That's their real dream. There's obviously an attraction element to some of these motherfuckers. I'm not trying to call out all you simps. Some of you guys just Andrew Tate was your David Goggins and you're misguided. But some of these motherfuckers are like in love with this guy. Absolutely in love with him. Allah hates a lot of things. If he was a real Muslim, he'd have to stone himself. Yeah, man.
Their G's, and I didn't.
I'm gonna leave Muslim jokes alone. I don't want that smoke.
So then they would come and tell you, yeah, but you.
A little worried about the war room smoke, but actually, when you see the guys, it's like, nah, I'm not worried about you, motherfuckers. I'm not worried about you, motherfuckers. But I'm not fucking with the Muslims. Not today. I left the Muslim joke earlier. There's another one that's wide open, considering what he said about his daughter. I'm leaving him alone. It's a wide open one, but I do not want that smoke.
An unofficial meeting. Even though it was a big meeting, it was still an unofficial meeting. It's not a war room meeting. What you're supposed to be doing is join a war room meeting, like a war room official meeting. And how much does that cost? Well, minimum $1,000, $2,000. Some of them are like $10,000. So it's like, bro, like if I was Andrew Tate, I would be happy to be in the war room. I mean, bro, you're making money $5,000 admission ticket, then you're making money $3,000 courses, then you're making money like $1,000 for like freaking so many events that are happening throughout the year, which I'm sure are super beneficial because every person I talk to, like, it is beneficial.
This guy still thinks they're beneficial. See, that's why I can't stop watching this video. He still thinks there's value. He doesn't realize he's being extorted. Still, as he's making this video, he doesn't realize he's being extorted. Definitely not too sure if screwing little girls is one of them. Oh boy, but he does hate a lot of things. His head is the perfect shape of an egg. That is a reason enough to kick him in the tank. Man, he is a idiot.
But it's like, how much do I have to pay until I finally get the results? That's the idea. How much do I have to pay until I finally get the value? So that's what I struggled with. Like the people I met in the war room, like they weren't like the best of people that I could have had advantage from. But when they met me, and they met the value that I had, I'm pretty sure they benefited. So to them, it's like the war room experience was amazing. But to me, who didn't freaking get any value from it, it's like, what about me, bro? So this is how I felt about the war room. Like, I like Andrew, I like the people that were in it, but it's just, I guess in Canada, like the people that I met were not.
This shit is unbelievable, right? Since you don't think he says, I think I might hate him more than Tate. Dude even does his hair and beard like Tate does. Maybe he is trying to do the little Tate thing with the beard. And Aisha, just saying.
The best. And it's really funny because they say Canada has the worst people. So maybe it's because I was unlucky and all that stuff. So I was put in like this type of environment. But listen, you guys, if you're a Muslim, especially if you're a Muslim, and my dad actually warned me about this. You don't want to come and like put yourself in an environment.
Your dad either failed or you didn't listen to him. Your dad either is a failure because of you, or you just was a stupid kid and he did the best he could. And honestly, I'm going towards the latter because you seem just... You seem like an idiot. I read Tommy. He has ball shavings of Tate on his head. He might even have a tattoo of your name across the chest.
They're making money in a haram way, bro. Like, don't tell me dropshipping is haram. Like, if you're gonna tell me which one's worse, OnlyFans or dropshipping, like, bro, it's day and night. Okay, when you're doing dropshipping, when you're doing e-commerce, you're selling.
Oh, you missed the first part. So this guy. It says it right here. I joined Andrew Tate's war room. He was a part of. Andrew Tate has a bunch of different tiered programs. He has Hustlers University in the real world, but the big ballers, the top G's, join the war room. It cost him $5,000 to join this group. That he had to then pay $3,000 to get a course, and then pay, anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 to do an event. And he's an Etsy seller, so he paid. He wanted to meet other G's, even after getting kicked out. We're hearing a story on how he got kicked out. Even after getting kicked out, he would still give up his daughter in marriage to Andrew Tate. But he's a Muslim that doesn't want to be around pimps, even though he's a fan of Andrew Tate. And when he went to his first few war room meetups, he met a guy who didn't have a job, male porn stars, and old men who couldn't pay for their parking tickets, just tickets to park. So this is a grade A Andrew Tate simp. This is what they look like, allegedly, because he might be a plant. He might be someone that was sent to make Andrew Tate look terrible, because he's so unbelievably stupid that I cannot believe he's real. Cannot believe he's real. No, this guy, see, we said what we said about incel, and then you come across a guy, you're like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe you can't handle this shit. Maybe you can't get a girl. I think you might be incel, my guy. I don't know that you can do it. Even these girls, I think you would fuck that up. Even you say any schlub can get laid. This guy, I don't know if he can even get like, because a lot of times these incels are guys that don't like fat chicks. And I'm not trying to listen. I've had my ups and downs with the heavy ladies, but if you're willing to date fat chicks, you'll always. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I love y'all ladies. Shout out to the big girls, but if you're willing to date fat chicks within reason, not Lizzo plus. Well, I say Lizzo's the cut. Apparently Lizzo doesn't like Lizzos. Did y'all hear about that? She's fat shaming people. That's another can of worms. But as long as you're willing to date a chick with a little weight on her, you should be okay. But with this guy, man, I don't know if a 450-pound guy is going to give him that ass. 450-pound guy might. 450-pound girl, I don't know that a 250-pound girl or a 150-pound girl, definitely not. But even a 250, because that was about as big as I got. And that's still big, I know. But I don't know. I don't think a 800-pound girl is going to give up the cooch, man. I don't think he said Lizzo's a disaster. Yeah, Lizzo's been fat shaming people, which is great. They're empowered for being slurs. You can't get late. This guy, man, I don't know, man. And yeah, this is very cultish. That's what we've discovered. Very cultish. Motherfuckers can't talk to a woman. They just don't apply themselves. I mean, you should be okay. Lizzo stands in the Monsterverse most sets. I don't think he could get a guy. Listen, man. Part of me says you're right, but part of me says like he got those creepy eyes. But I don't know.
And especially if you're doing like a third-party fulfillment.
Like, well, he used the term daughter. He might already have a wife.
Own the product, it's okay. You're shipping things from your own factory. Like, you can't tell me that's haram. Because I know some people in the comments, they tell me it's haram. Like, bro, what do you mean that's haram? But it's like, you compare that to OnlyFans, for example. Yes, there is a lot of money from OnlyFans. Like, if I wanted to do OnlyFans, I would freaking do good on OnlyFans, just so you know. But it's like, how are you gonna freaking go and make money through the haram way? Where Allah literally told you can't be doing stuff like that. Like, how are you gonna do that? Yeah, like, it's easy money, but it's like, how are you gonna do that, bro? Like, that's haram. So that's the environment.
Some of the big girls are pretty in the face.
And also, the next thing, also, when I was in that environment, even if you were...
I don't know. You might be right. Listen, you might be right, but I feel like he's going to scare a lot of girls off.
Making money from OnlyFans. Like, I met a guy who was actually making money from like a food company, which is pretty good. But he wanted to know a lot about Etsy too, by the way, for some reason. But it's like, you're in an environment where people are constantly drinking. Like, when I was in that dinner, I was the only one that was not drinking. Like,
so he's concerned about this. I don't know how to get through. How can you be maybe the hoes you hang around? How can you be like a practicing Muslim? And this is actually before Andrew Tate's conversion, because he said he did this last year, right? So even this guy, give me a break. Of course he can. Wow. So I mean, you didn't even have to do all that, Muhammad. You could have just went to Vegas. You would have been cool. I don't know. But man, this guy's stupid.
People would be ordering.
I just want to get through this
from
now.
From here. I'm just sitting.
I'm just trying to get through this. I'm just let this
I'm a
shit
freaking
play
Muslim.
out.
How am I gonna drink? I'm not gonna drink.
Why are you making
fuck you
videos all by yourself while
golly
producers like me are sitting in their office making 10?
Shut
That's
up.
the thing. That's what I experienced in the war room. Now, if you're thinking of joining the war room and you're thinking that it's gonna be beneficial for you, bro, by all means, I'm gonna say it is gonna be beneficial. But if you're a Muslim and you have certain values that you cannot break, you have to understand that. So you can't go in the war room and then break those values. So I was thinking the benefit that would have on people. Like, you have people who are actually successful, and like at the same time, they're networking with people of the same value. Like, that's so freaking valuable, bro. So I wanted to create something like that, but I still haven't done it. Is that I kind of felt that they were like talking to you as if you're a super beginner. So there was this one.
This is crazy. He still didn't realize he got extorted because he still thinks there's some value to this shit. It is part of listen, there's a lot of hoes out there. There's some hoes in this house. I'm not gonna lie.
Group chat or this one group where it's like it's helping people who are 24 years old or under, which is me. They basically give you a certain set of things you're supposed to be doing every single day, and it's like that's gonna help you like almost like upgrade. So one of the things that they used to help you do is just like, well, you gotta be doing 50 push-ups a day. You gotta be drinking 4 liters of water a day. You gotta be reading this many books of pages of whatever book a day.
Valuable.
And it's like, okay, I understand that, but bro, like that's so freaking basic. I go on Twitter and I'd find those.
Could you imagine paying $5,000 for somebody to tell you to drink more water and do push-ups? Oh, this guy's and he still doesn't know he's been extorted.
Exact same threads, and they're telling you to do the exact same things that you're telling us here. Like, I paid $5,000 to freaking like learn this stuff that I could have learned from Twitter. Like, come on, man. Also, listen, if you're like a young person right now who's trying to learn, bro, like, my advice, yes, do push-ups, yes, drink some water and all that stuff, but bro, like, read some
water.
Quran. Like, read at least 10 pages of Quran a day. Do you know how much benefit that can have for you in your life? And like, actually go and learn a skill. Like, learn a freaking skill, bro. That's one thing also I liked about the war room, because they had a copywriting room. So there was actually a room for copywriting, and in there, like, they actually really did help in terms of copywriting. So if you were trying to learn copywriting,
only thing they could teach.
They truly made you like actually succeed at mastering the skill. So for that, like, I truly love that about the war room. But everything else in terms of like the culture and all that stuff, I feel like I could have taken the $5,000 USD and like put it into somewhere else that would have benefited me a lot more, to be honest.
Yes, you
so
could
this is
have.
what I'm trying to say in this video.
Anything
Especially if
more.
you're a Muslim. You can't go and like put all your trust into a human being. That's what's happening basically, bro. Like, in the war room, you cannot criticize Andrew Tate. Listen, bro, I love Andrew Tate. Especially.
Oh man. He says this guy has a threesome every night, left hand, right hand, hard at work. I got a bruh from Cinch a Dildo. Only God knows what the bruh was for, because there's so much bullshit.
Now that he's a Muslim, like, I respect everything he does, and like, and I can't go and talk about his sins and all that stuff because he's a brother in Islam.
Hell, sassy
beautiful.
girl.
But at the same time, bro, like, you have to realize, like, these are just human beings. We cannot go and like actually worship these people. We can't go and everything.
Oh,
they
sassy
say,
girl
we
with some
actually
sass.
go
Most
into
guys
even if he's a
that are
millionaire and all
actually
that
getting
stuff,
laid
like,
don't
we can't hold
complain
these people at like such a high value. They're
about
still
women
human
being
beings.
easy.
They're still a slave in Allah's eyes,
Who's
just like you
complaining?
are a slave in Allah's eyes. So you can't be holding them in like such high regards. But that's what was happening in the war room. And listen, I know for a fact, like, now in the war room, they're gonna be talking about like this
Wait a
exact thing
second.
about
Did
the
he
war
just?
room. And look
You know,
at the
I
video.
can't.
They're gonna be like,
this
this guy
guy
talked about this and this guy talked about that. I've got nothing bad to say about the war room. I just want to make it clear: you can't be worshiping human beings. Like, by worshiping, I don't mean like you're going.
You said you would give up your daughter to this guy. You clearly still worship this man. You gave this man thousands of dollars. He's telling you not to worship people because it's against Islam. He started off the video telling us he would give up his daughter to Andrew Tate. And even after getting ripped off for thousands of dollars, still respects and loves Andrew Tate. Homeboy, you worship Andrew Tate. The idea that you don't is laughable. What in the fuck? Bonjour to the host. Bonjour.
Like, freaking putting your head down on the guy because of the guy. You can't be holding these people in such high regards. That's the first thing. The second thing, the war room right now, it's almost like it's been polluted by people who are just beginners. People who have no money, people who are like spending their last dollars, and they're joining the war.
Wait, it's got polluted? You're the one who said that the first meeting you went, the guy couldn't pay his parking ticket, and everyone was either an OnlyFans loser on steroids or somebody asking you for help. This guy is oblivious to life. See, that's why we don't think he can get laid. He's so oblivious that it's just like, I don't know if he would understand.
I'm expecting that it's going to be like the thing that saves them from poverty, because that's what's happening right now. And they actually did discuss that in the war room. They said that the war room right now, if you don't upgrade, you're going to feel like it's a very lonely place. Like, they literally did say that. So you have to be upgrading. You have to like buy the 5 fundamental courses. You have to go to the meetings. You have to pay a lot of money. And you have to pay even more money to get into like the other groups. That's what they're telling you to do. And that's what I don't like now. Like, you can't be just freaking having anyone come and join the war room. That's the second thing. But now the third thing is like, bro, like, my values did not align with the values of the people in the war room. The people in the war room.
What about Andrew Tate did you see that, especially this is before his quote-unquote conversion, which I think is bullshit given all the other stuff we talked about. But we're almost done with this Andrew Tate monstrosity. We're almost done. What did you see in a guy that all he did was talk about how he made money from cam girls, smoke cigars, what color is your Bugatti, you're a brokey if you're 9 to 5, but somehow you thought he aligned to your religious morals. What the fuck is going on with modern conservatism and religiousness where they think a guy like Andrew Tate fits the fucking bill? Guy on the screen probably sit in the corner and watch his wife with another dude. We've already, yes. We said that. If it's Tate, for sure. But I think he would do it off the strip. Because that's the energy I've been getting off this guy from the jump.
They wanted to make money however way it was possible. If it was
the Adam
OnlyFans,
22 energy.
if it was putting a girl naked on the camera, they were okay with it.
Oops. Oh my God, more ads. Sorry.
Anna O'Malley told me about.
But for me, I'm not okay with that. So we cannot be doing stuff like that. We can't be accepting stuff like that. And I can't be putting myself in a culture like that. Because our Prophet, peace be upon him, like he does say, if you're hanging out with a certain type of people, then that's it, you're amongst them. So if I'm hanging out with people who are just filled with like OnlyFans businesses, I don't care how much freaking money they're making, bro. I'm part of that. And that's bad. I don't want that on myself. Like, what does that say about me, like as a Muslim?
By the way, I thought you're only making this video because you got kicked out. Did he ever tell us why you get kicked out?
And then also, like, the fourth thing, it's like, in the war room, there's this guy who's like the leader, who's not Andrew Tate, but I can't really name him, but he's basically like the leader, right? The guy with the beard. That guy, he has like a girl, and then he basically preaches about having multiple girls and all that stuff. Okay, like in Islam, we do say you're allowed to have 4 wives, but there are rules around that. You can't just go and have like a second wife just like that. There's rules around it. You have to be taking care of her. You have to be providing her rights and the rights of the first one. But that guy, for him, it was like he just wanted to have more girls for pleasure. It was kind of like that type of thing. Just basically teaching people how to have more girls for pleasure. And then, bro, it's like how are we going to be
massive insecurity
not
issue?
Only just listen to a leader that teaches you those things, but then like also want these things
Sassy.
for ourselves.
Massive insecurity.
Like, this is why you could say,
bro, I want to hurt him
since
such a dildo
because it's like everyone just wants freaking like pleasure from each other. It's like, bro, like we're not freaking animals, you know? Like we're not animals.
A
we're
bunch of men who
thinking...
want pleasure from each other. That sounds straight. Real quick, Papa Cotton says cucks are weird. I don't understand it. I don't understand it either. The Adam 22 energy, and that's a weird story. I didn't cover it, but it's weird. If this guy has a wife, he probably can't afford the repair kit to reinflate her. Woo!
We were going to be thinking about is just how am I going to get pleasure from this person? Like, bro, it's such a dumb mentality. Like, bro, like, even though like I was meeting like good people, like good actual millionaires people, like not meeting them, but even like at least through text. At the same time, like I don't want to be putting myself in a place where everyone else has these values that I don't want to attach to myself. Like, do you know what I mean?
Shit!
Bro, I know my whole freaking channel. It's supposed to be about dropshipping, making money, and all that stuff. But this is so important. Now, let me tell you the reason why I actually got kicked out of the
Thank you.
So what happened is that you have to actually pay every single year. So you got to be paying $2,000, I think, $2,200 or whatever. Yeah, like $2,200 every single year to renew your membership of the War Room. So what happened is that the War Room admin, they came and asked me, they were like, hey, you're supposed to be paying your money so you can renew your membership in the War Room. So I didn't do that. I'm like, I don't want to renew my membership. I think I'm pretty done with.
So really, you didn't get kicked out. You just didn't renew your membership. What a goofy. Let's read this. Previously contacted, of course, hey G. This is fucking form letter. Call everyone a G, that's the only thing free Masonic is the fact that they refer to everyone by G. Previously contacted you regarding your renewal to our brotherhood. You've not responded to my message, and I take it as you decided not to continue your journey with us. Hope you had a great time with us and learned a lot, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors. I know you are busy and life can be unpredictable, so if this was a mistake and you do want to continue but just forgot about it, please let me know ASAP.
I don't want to continue it. So as a result, they were just like...
Definitely stands for goofy, right?
Now I'm out of the War Room. Now I'm making this video. That's why. So, like, I didn't really do anything bad. Don't worry. Like, I'm not banned because...
Yes. Paying $5,000 to start and $2,200 a month is a ton of money for this, especially when you're still paying thousands for courses, paying thousands to meet up with other men who are basically all male porn stars. So we see he had the female cam girls and the male OnlyFans girls. He's bleeding these Sims dry as rice, such a dildo.
Because I freaking did something bad. I know you guys are like, this guy always gets banned wherever he goes. But no, trust me, bro. Like, I don't do bad things. It's just circumstances, man. But yes, this is the war room. So, like, would I join the war room once again if I had the chance?
Okay, we know there's 2 more minutes, man. I can't handle it. So, I just want to, we're going to end on this. We're going to end on this. We're going back to the where is it? The infamous pick that I started the stream with. Because we're ending this shit. I can't take more of this doofus. And the doofuses that love him. And all the doofuses on the internet. I'm looking for the Sussy Boy pick. I think it's around here. Where's the sus pick? Where's the Island Boy pick? I should have... there it is. Okay. I have this message for all the Andrew Tate simps. We just saw the mind of an Andrew Tate simp and got some insight into what they're like. Is this your king? Is this the guy? And I guess I should point this way because everything's in reverse. Is this the guy that you named your company after? This is the guy. No, we could go on just no more. I'm done with this story. This whole week, I've been just in the mind of Andrew Tate and his followers. I can't anymore. I can't. Cucks like to be demoralized, but this is way, they are in control of it since they have no control of anything else. I see. Plus, they want to be liked by other men at any cost just to feel important. I think you're on to something. Yeah, see, that's why I don't get it. The only thing I can relate to is catching a girlfriend cheating, and that always makes me kind of violent, right? Man, I can't even. Hell, Matt from Fireball Productions. I can't anymore. But I do want to ask, is this your king? Is this the guy that you give, that if you're in a part of the war room, you're giving thousands of dollars so you can be like? Is this the guy that you know, somebody say he's doing all this good in the world? Is this the guy? The guy that is supposed to be the alpha male of alpha males. He's teaching men how to be masculine again. This guy. Is this your king? The guy that we have spent 5-6 hours streaming, and every few minutes is him telling you another illegal and stupid thing he did. My queen, Tatiana. Is this your queen? Is this your king? This is Andrew and Tristan. This is who they really are. 2 island boy fun boys that for some reason have been able to take the internet by storm. And I know the reason. They're able to prey on insecure people. They preyed on insecure women for their cam thing, and they went too far with it, clearly, because they're charged for human trafficking for a good reason. Only God knows if they're actually going to get time, but Andrew Tate has admitted everything, and it literally has a course explaining how to do it. We went through all that, and we're not going through it again. But we see the men that he exploits as well. The men, the low self-esteem, I remember when I first heard the Manosphere, and whenever they got criticized and somebody said you guys are just incels, you guys are just insecure guys, you guys are all creeps, they would push back and say, no, these motherfuckers are absolutely what they say they are. And he was hyperbolic because we know he lies a lot. He was absolutely hyperbolic. But he clearly detailed how to run and coerce women and keep women a part of the cam girl industry. But I guess I get it. Because there's a lot of insecure people in general, insecure men. And these guys, they understand how to get money out of them. They understand how to use them. Remember, the only reason any of us know who Andrew Tate is because these goofs put his shit everywhere on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. And they posted his content non-fucking stop. That's why we know. So his ability to tap in to the insecure male mind is, bar none. And I do want to say this. Is this parody? That's what I'm saying. I'm sure some Tate simp is going to say this is parody, and I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe it was. Maybe some of this was parody, because some of this is unbelievable. But I mean, some of this we have on camera. I mean, it's shit. We could just go. Where's that 5-minute mark where he just is literally explaining what he does? Oh, and of course Tristan is his baby mama is one of the cam girls. Man, this guy, he's not who you thought he was. He is a goof who runs goofies. This has been a hell of a week. I wish I went back to just barely giving a shit about Andrew Tate. Cause this is unreal. Really disturbing dude. Really fucked up dude. Some of the evidence could be fake. Some of it could be taken out of context. I'll give you that. But he does describe what seems to be a trafficking empire. He definitely is manipulative. Definitely scammy. And the people that follow him, even when getting scammed, still love him. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I'm sure somebody's going to say it's all AI, it's all this, it's all the Matrix. No, he's really a scumbag. He is the scumbag they say. No, he's worse than the scumbag that he says. They keep saying misogyny. No, he actually manipulated girls. He allegedly raped a girl. I don't know if he did that, but that's one of the charges. We covered yesterday. He definitely gets his girls to beat other girls if they don't make enough money or don't do what he wants, because we saw the transcripts. I'm sure, that's fake too. That's fake. Okay. Well, we heard him admit multiple times in one way or another that he fucks women so he can get them to obey him so they can stay in his house and make him money. We got another video of him saying that they're not allowed to leave. We got another video saying that he doesn't pay them fairly. We got another video saying that he uses the context to keep them there. He does everything he can to coerce them to stay there so they can't leave him. Is that enough legally to get a human trafficking charge? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer in Romania, but it is enough evidence for me to say you're a piece of shit. And I don't want to indict all your followers. I know a lot of them are misled. A lot of them don't know all this shit. A lot of them don't know the shit about the war room. They just see a Tate TikTok and go, oh yeah. But the hardcore followers, they're pieces of shit too, if not just idiots. And I said it. And if I get smoke for it, I got a small platform. I don't expect smoke. If I get smoke, I get smoke. It is what it is. All right, I'm going to see what you guys are talking about. Then we're getting out of here. What part? Yeah, Matt, you should sell a course of masculinity, the cost of the casting couch. So yeah, this has been a experience that I'll hope to forget. I'm gonna do clips of this shit, unfortunately, and that's it. I'm done with Andrew Tate. I don't give a fuck what happens. I hope he goes to jail. And I feel bad that I ever, enjoy any of his videos. Thought he was a funny guy. Oh, he's just a funny guy. Oh, he's misunderstood. Oh, it's the Matrix. And one more parting shot. Some of this is the fault of feminism. There is part of the reason so many people have, and not just feminism, but part of the media. The boy who cried wolf syndrome. We've heard so many times. Oh, this guy's accused of something with a woman. The Jonathan Majors, the whoever, or, this girl or guy has been silenced and taken off all the platforms. It's happened so many times that when it happened to this guy, people just took his side. People just assumed, oh, well, if you're doing that, he must be right, because that's the boy who cried wolf syndrome. We got wolf, wolf, wolf so many times that when a wolf, albeit a homoerotic wolf, showed up, society didn't listen. And like I said yesterday, there's something sad, because I think no matter what you think about men and women, there's a lot to say. I think feminism has scared off and killed a lot of men's protector instincts. Because I think that's another reason. Even there's going to be guys who aren't Andrew Tate fans who hear some of this evidence and say, you know what? If those girls didn't want that situation, they should have left. And that apathy is a result of feminism, is a result of men being sued for helping girls out, is a result of men being hit with sexual assault charges for changing tires. a result of different things in the workplace. And now you have a more apathetic male who, when a girl's in trouble, and there's a lot of girls in trouble, clearly, they don't give a shit anymore. And it is actually really sad. So yeah, society is in a free fall. There's definitely some real, all jokes aside, with some of those crazy simps, there's something sad about this whole story. So yeah, I'm done with Tate. I'll probably still do some Manosphere stuff. I still want to do the Passport Bros and the Passport Hoes. Did some of that stuff. And, we'll cover other stuff. We cover whatever we want. This weekend, I'll get back to playing video games and talking shit, doing a normal stream, because this shit is mindless. But over the course of next week, we'll have clips. So if you miss part of this stream or part of another stream, and you don't feel like watching the whole playback, there should be clips next week going forward. So yeah, nihilism is the zeitgeist of society right now, or nihilism, however you want to pronounce it. And it's sad. And I hope that we can get back our collective wills to live and wills to be human again. All jokes aside, there's a sad statement of society. And I hate to go see Dolores Tucker was right. Or in this case, all those fucking teachers were right, but it's a sad state in society where so many men follow Andrew Tate so blindly. Not only do men follow him, but high-profile content creators follow Andrew Tate blindly, including Sucker Carlson and Candace Owens. It's one thing for the young dweebs like the Sneakos or whatnot, but for these quote-unquote distinguished content creators to completely ignore all this overwhelming, damning evidence to there being validity to these trafficking charges, it's just mind-boggling. But it is what it is. It's in the Most High's hands. So what will be shall be. And I'm done covering, at least for now, hopefully forever, until maybe there's more. I know he just got off of house arrest, but he's still under some sort of legal, like he can't leave the country, but he is off of house arrest. So we'll see what happens if and when the trial happens, if he goes to jail. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if he's going to jail, but I'm done. So if you like the video, or in this case, the stream, please like the video if you haven't already. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, because sharing is caring. We're a small channel. A lot of this Tate content seems to be getting suppressed. So if you don't want to share me, go share Common Sense Skeptic. Go share Willie Mack. Share somebody who's talking about this so more people can get eyes on this, so more people don't, because a lot of people have a passive thought about this Andrew Tate thing. But even if you can't do any of those things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. I appreciate all you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.